We got to definitely write a song about how we do not diddle kids. Do not diddle kids, it's no good diddling kids.
There is no quicker way for people to think that you are diddling kids than by writing a song about it.
You gotta write a song that says, I wouldn't do it with anybody younger than my daughter. No, little kids gotta be big, older than my wife, younger than my daughter, something like that.
Alright, 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 alright. Alright, 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 alright. I never listen, I'm gonna listen.
Yes, coming at you live from beautiful Waxahachie, downtown Waxahachie. Town Square is where we're at.
Where's Dale?
He's always with us.
Well, he's not dead.
He's with you wherever you are in Waxahachie. On this Monday, May 6th, the 162nd episode of the Dumb Zone program. Did you know that, Blake? Are you keeping track?
No, that fell off for me a while ago.
Oh.
Come over to Jake's side of it.
Why? Don't go to Jake's side. So today, like I already said, we're in Waxahachie.
You did.
So I don't need to lay that out again. So you know we're not high atop my garage. We're not at our studio, which is our home away from home. We are at Meat Church. So you're like, you guys don't go to church. Yes, we do.
We go to Meat Church.
We're at Meat Church Barbecue Supply. And joining us is the owner, the CEO, the Grand Poobah
No
of
one's
Meat
doing that.
Church Barbecue Supply. He is Matt Pittman. Everybody knows that, though. Hello, Matt Pittman.
Thanks for having me.
Pittman.
Thanks for being here, I should say.
Yeah, thanks for having us. That's what we should say.
He's got some phenomenal Jordan 3s on.
They're Jordan 4s, but thank you.
4s, okay. Sorry, the 3s and 4s often confuse me.
Jake does have shoe envy, I've noticed quite a few times when we're out. You will notice somebody's footwear.
Yeah. Especially if we're trying to ask them for money.
And you've never said anything about me.
No, those are chuggy as fuck.
I don't know what that means. Are these dad shoes?
Yeah.
They're just black.
100%.
Oh, gosh darn it.
Yeah. It wasn't just me.
All right.
Okay, but if Dan is wearing Jordans, that's pretty weird, right? He can't step up his shoe game. It just is what it is.
I can, and I will.
You won't.
I'm a guy who changes. I'll change over time.
Right. Rolling with a Zeke 1.5 on and some J's.
Yeah, I don't even know what those things mean, but I hope to someday. Do you understand what he's saying?
I do. Zeke's going to look fat in 1.5. I listened.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're a big shoe guy? You're a shoey?
Yeah, you got to spend your money on
Are
something.
you a foodie or a shoey?
Both.
Okay. Yes, the CEO and Grand Poobah of Meat Church Barbecue.
When did he learn
On
to
the-
start
on the
using
way
this
here,
term Grand
probably.
Poobah? Like
I'm very interested in your story. It's pretty amazing. I watched your audition tape to get on, what was the barbecue show?
Barbecue Pitmasters.
Okay.
Shot right here in Waxahachie, Texas, the tryout video was anyway.
And that's you credit that, I would guess, for really helping your star rise a bit.
It was definitely my start. I'm proud of it. I got third on the show.
Third?
Out of 3 contestants.
Oh, man. Doesn't seem like as high as you could get at all. Seems very low.
My mom has
quite
never
low.
been more proud.
But
It's
you're
like I'm
on
on the podium.
But you're on TV. Hey, did you know this? So I meet Matt. Tell Jake the first thing you said. I thought I just met you. I didn't just meet you, though, did I?
17 years ago, I got second place in your bowling tournament.
How
I
about
didn't
that?
know it was 17 years ago. I said 10. You corrected me.
I think it might have been. It's more 17-ish.
Yeah, that's right.
Everything does seem like 10 years, doesn't it?
the charity tournament that was canceled because it didn't make enough money.
That's what I told you, yeah.
That's the story. I bowled in it twice. But I guess and both times you had it, I bowled in it.
Right. The first year I bowled against the 8-year-old kid who turned out to be a PBA champion. He is Anthony Simonson.
I think he's like running the circuit now.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
He is the tiger of bowling. And the next year I wanted to win, so I I bowled against Jeremy Moran was the board op for the Musers, and I bowled against his wife who is blind, and I beat her soundly, I might add.
Soundly.
Yeah, so I just wanted to make sure that that's what you got to do in the barbecue thing.
It can backfire, though. I mean,
you should have like Jake or me and this guy. They're going up against you. You want to make sure you're going to win.
All right. Yeah, I try not to compete anymore, but I'm down.
Okay, for the future.
I lost to a blind guy in axe throwing, so sometimes that can backfire.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Sounds dangerous.
It was in the semis.
It does sound dangerous to have a blind guy throwing an axe.
Handed him a sharp blade for.
Anyway, the king of Dallas Cowboy tailgates, right?
That's what they call me.
Seen on the Jimmy Fallon show.
He's a dork, right?
He was honestly very cool. He was very cool.
That still didn't answer the question. He could still be a dork. You got jobbed there, too, during the Super Bowl challenge, the Super Bowl barbecue challenge.
I did get jobbed. I've never won on TV. So
you're just an also-ran.
I got second out
Always
of 2.
an also-ran.
Yep.
And then you've been on College Game Day. You've been on McAfee. I saw you were on Uncut with Jay Cutler.
Yeah, that was a trip. It was me, him, and Eric Trump. Bizarre trio. Yeah, bizarre trio. But it was cool.
How does that come about? So Jay Cutler wants you on his show. How does that? Or Jimmy Fallon, like, how do they reach out to you? Yeah.
So I don't use an agent or representation, and so people just randomly reach out. And Jay and I have common friends, and a friend called and said Jay wants to have you on his podcast, and like he has like big names on there, like Mark Cuban. I'm like, why would he have me? So he wanted me to cook. He likes to. I guess he watches my cooking videos. So I went up to Franklin. He lives in Leapers Fork, actually, and he said, well, it's going to be me, you, Eric Trump, and Carrie Underwood's brother-in-law, who plays this. Well, he lives next door to Mike Fisher and Carrie Underwood, and Mike's brother has this Instagram character called Rut Daniels. He's like a redneck-looking. They sell like outdoors wear, so it was a trip. He just shows up and barges in on the middle of it. I mean, I'll never forget it. We were sitting here recording, and he used to be married to Kristen Cavallari, and she comes walking in to drop off the kids in the middle of this podcast, and I don't remember what happened after that because I was just looking that direction.
It's a great reality show.
Yeah,
maybe
no, that's right.
Yeah,
no, that's right. That's right. No, you're right.
Like,
well, I mean, my wife watches it. I've heard about it. So
it's really good.
Yeah, but okay. So when you did bowl in the Bad Radio bowling tournament many years ago, which I was a part of, you were not this man that we see before us now.
No, yeah, Meat Church was not a thing back then. I was working in my corporate job.
But you were cooking all the time.
Yeah, I've always been this like crazy outdoor cook, so definitely.
Okay, that's the cool thing about these stories that you hear is like this guy just kind of did his bit.
Yeah.
And eventually, like, it doesn't pay off for everyone. It's probably not a Rudy story. Like, you can't just necessarily stick with whatever it is because that would not be prudent. But so you had like a real job, like a real good job, right?
Yeah. I mean, I was 19 years in corporate America, left as a vice president of IT, overseeing like 60 people. It's not nearly as cool as what I do now, but it was a good career job.
Yeah. Solid.
Big family.
Money.
Yeah. Like my wife is like, you're never leaving that job kind of situation. Yeah.
401k. Bennies,
stock,
all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Stop just saying stuff.
I am learning a lot about business.
Yeah.
Sep.
So you knew you knew about business before opening your own business. See, that was our problem.
Yeah, we
knew about like just kind of doing a mediocre show, and then all of a sudden we have to do business stuff, and that's why we're kind of failing. But you had a plan.
You're probably not going to get a shoe partner, by the way. Just I'll help you.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you had a plan going in, and that's how you could convince your wife to, hey, what if I leave this job?
I was this crazy cook. People like if we were all friends, you'd be like, well, Matt's probably cooking this weekend, so it was just kind of known. And I watched the TV show Barbecue Pitmasters, and I looked at a friend of mine who was like an amateur video guy, and I said, you want to make a tryout video for me? Record me, because most of the videos were terrible. So we went right down here past the square to our feed store, and I remember I was out of wood, so I stopped at the gas station. I bought a Duraflame log to put in my pit, which was not a good idea, by the way. But I made a kind of funny video, and it basically went viral on Twitter. So Daniel Vaughn, the barbecue editor of Texas Monthly Now, he wasn't that at the time. He retweeted it, and then like every well-known barbecue personality sent it out, and it overwhelmed the producer to a point where he sent me a direct message, and he was like, "You need to call off the dogs." And I wrote back and said, "I don't know if you know how Twitter works or not, but that has nothing to your name probably shouldn't have been your handle. The name of the show probably shouldn't have been your handle." So they picked me. I was at the Sugar Bowl watching Trevor Knight destroy Alabama, and I'm an Alabama guy, and I wasn't sad at all because I got the call walking into the game to be on the show. So I went on the show, finished a solid third place, but the producer, long story short, is the producer said, "If you make a barbecue product, we'll show it on the show." And I said, "What do you mean?" She said, "What do you season your meat with, or what do you sauce it with?" And I said, "Well, I make 2 seasonings, and I use XYZ barbecue sauce." She goes, "Well, put it in a bottle, and we'll show it." So I put my 2 seasonings in a bottle, and I called the first one Meat Church Holy Cow, and the second one Meat Church Honey Hog. And by the time the show aired, I'd launched the website, meatchurch.com, filed the trademark, and basically I wasn't a fan of Facebook because I don't like to scroll through all the crap on Facebook. So when Instagram came along, I thought, well, this is cool because I can post a picture of my food. So I always give this example. I'd say, here's a steak I cooked on my big green egg, seasoned with Meat Church Holy Cow, 375 degrees for 8 minutes or whatever I would say, and people were into that. And so I was kind of doing content creation before that was a thing.
Yeah, cooking videos are huge.
Yeah.
Like, were you a big viewer of cooking videos, or no? You were just a viewer?
Not really.
You just did it.
Yeah, I just did it, and I could tell people I had a knack for it, or I had a knack for it because people were into it and liked it, so I just leaned into it. So I would, every time I would post a photo of my food, I would get sales on the website. So here we are.
Okay, video is king. So did they have a barbecue editor back in the day too?
I don't know
Like
when Daniel took
Who?
that job, but
Daniel Vaughn?
yeah, I don't know if it was quite
Early
10 years ago.
2010s?
Yeah,
I would
so
say.
around that time.
We had him on the show a couple times on the Shake Joint.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, just that exists is weird.
It's Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quit his job being an architect. I got a really good job and hopped into that.
Did your parents cook?
My grandmother's taught me to cook, but it was like Southern food. I'm self-taught barbecue. And now I know, now at this point I know everybody in barbecue, so we all help each other, but no one taught me to cook outside. I did it on my own. I actually went to a crawfish boil out of high school and didn't know what a crawfish boil was. And when I showed up in this guy's backyard and there's all these people around a table, this would have been late 90s, I was like, that's cool, because it was like the communal aspect of it. And so that's what got my start. And then I think this will be 25 years ago, I used to be a water boy for Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders, and in a moment of dumbassness, I quit that job to go buy tickets.
Sure.
So somebody had to do the cooking, so I was like, well, I'll do it. And so that's those two things are really what got me started.
Did you meet Rowdy?
I can't stand. He's an ass whip. We actually have a banner. We had a banner that said "Rowdy sucks" that we used to hang up back when Parcells was a coach. Yeah, I can't stand that guy. I saw him driving down the road.
It's not a real person, so.
No, he has his own van now. I was behind him on 30 recently, and I almost ran him in the ditch.
And you're a big sports guy,
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. I don't know why. I said this in the restroom of the Stars game last night. I don't know why we like sports, because 99% of the time it doesn't work out for us.
Yeah.
This is when the Knights had just scored, so we're all full of anxiety. But yeah, big sports guy.
Yeah, last night worked out well.
It was awesome. Yeah.
But then your association with the Cowboys, what have you done for them? You've done a ton.
Yeah, and it's funny. I've just gotten all this random traction over the last year where I started doing things. I hosted, they have a barbecue festival out there, started 2 seasons ago. I hosted it again last year. Someone took notice the first year, asked me to come bring my smoker like inside the gate, like inside the Miller Lighthouse, so I did that. And then the team started calling, and honestly, one of my big breaks, what I'll just say, was Billy Price, lineman we had on the P squad this year. He came down in the summer, hung out with me, and then connected me with Dak. And Dak called me last year and had me cook the dinner, the quarterback O-line dinner on a Thursday night. So we did that, which led to me cooking for the whole team. And I'm actually going to teach in OTAs. I'm teaching the players in OTAs in a couple weeks, and then teaching the coaches the next day. So I was the so-called celebrity chef the last game of the year, did a Make-A-Wish thing with a kid, quite a few things last year. So it was a lot of fun. But it is the number one thing I do on social media that gets me more shit than anything I do across the country.
Wait, some kid said their Make-A-Wish was to cook with you?
No, yeah. Trust me, I was just as shocked.
Yeah, it's good,
yeah,
but
it was bizarre.
Yeah.
He wanted to meet me, Brandon Cooks, and Dak, and I was like, one thing does not belong to this sentence.
Cooks?
Yeah.
I actually turned down. They're like, well, you can go on the field before the game and meet him. I was like, I'll just meet him in his suite, because everybody's gonna be like, who's this dude?
Okay.
So yeah.
So you're aware of that. What's your association with the Stars?
I used to be a season ticket holder, late 90s, and so the way this happened, in 1997, one of my fraternity brothers worked in the clubhouse for the Rangers, and so he said, you want to come work for the team? So in 97, I was a clubby with like Juan Gonzalez, Pudge, Will Clark, great team.
Man, that must have been awesome.
It was awesome. Will Clark, I'll tell you a story. You didn't ask, I'm going to tell you. Will Clark turned 40, and Mark McLemore looked at me and he said, can you go to the Wives Lounge and get his present? And I said, yeah, after the game. So I go in the Wives Lounge, and there's a goat on a leash. I had to walk a goat in the clubhouse. This was also back when there weren't many women interviewing, and so if a female would come in, which was only about once a homestand, Pudge would literally put everything on but his underwear and pants first. He would. I've never seen a male put on his shirt and button it and tie a tie.
It's very unstable.
Lee Stevens magically dropped his towel right when she walked in. Yeah, times have changed. But
so Pudge would do that on purpose?
Yes, he would literally be standing there with nothing on below his button-down shirt with its tie tied.
Was that a playoff year?
It was 97.
97.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, in fact, I had to get all the players to sign balls to throw into the crowd, and most of the relief pitchers had me sign their balls. So some poor kid has some Matt Pittman, Xavier Hernandez autographed balls. Xavier Hernandez. I'm like, couldn't I get like a John Smith or something?
Yeah. Did you get a playoff share?
I'm bitter about that. So Zach was our clubhouse manager, and he had two kids that worked in the clubhouse. They were yay tall, and somehow his kids got my playoff share, which is fine. I'm not bitter because now one of them is the GM of the Angels and one is the clubhouse manager for the Braves, and I'm a lifelong Braves guy, and so the Braves really took care of my family this year, so I buried the hatchet. I don't think he knows that he got my playoff share, but funny you ask.
Yeah. No, that's always interesting to me.
Okay, so you asked about the Stars. That trainer knew the Stars trainer, and the next year, actually in 99, the year after we won the Cup, 99-2000, I started working for the team in the locker room, being a game day equipment assistant. So I worked in downtown Dallas, and I would just shoot over to Reunion and be there from like 5 p.m. to 1 a.m., setting up the benches, taking care of the penalty box, being a gopher for the players during the game if they needed anything. So I did that through 2012. Crazy hockey fan. So Jamie Benn was the last player I had, and my buddy, who was the third equipment manager, is now the head guy. Denny Sotart's his first year as the head equipment manager. So super cool. Know everybody down there, so it was fun to hang out. Turco started with me, so he started the year after me actually. So we're good buddies. So he hosted me for a little bit last night, so that was fun.
Yeah, he's a good dude. I'm glad you remembered I was talking about the Stars because I totally forgot.
There's no chance.
Yeah, I could talk the ears off the statue, so I was going to get us there somehow.
Can you reset what we're doing here today?
Yeah.
We're of course at Meat Church Barbecue, but no, man, that's pretty. How did you ever have time to actually find a wife and have kids and do stuff?
I'm glad she's not here right now.
It just feels like you've done a
like
million.
My wife.
Yeah, like
I don't sleep.
You were really?
Yeah, I don't sleep a lot. But
what do you get? What's your sleep schedule?
Well, this weekend it was rough. It was about 4 hours a night, but she's out of town, so I had to get up, take the kids to school. So I don't know. I got 5 or 6 hours last night. I was good.
Okay, so you're fine with that.
But what you don't have to do is go put the wood in the smoker at 2 a.m.
Only when I need to. I actually did cook for y'all today, but I leveraged my Traeger last night so that I could sleep.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like a common thing. Like Travis, I'm buddies with Travis.
Yeah.
And
that's where we met.
That's right. Yeah, and his bid is like 3 a.m. every day.
Yeah.
Got to go out there and fire it up.
And so this the brick and mortar store, as they call it, you don't have to have this.
No, in fact, when we first started, I actually made kind of an ignorant statement. I was like, I don't care if we sell in Waxahachie, but I didn't mean that in a bad way. I meant that because we're an internet business and our wholesale business. But about the time I was leaving my corporate job, my dad had an old hardware store in Rogers, Texas, and it was like a bunch of old dudes would just go hang out there. And I said to my wife one day, it'd be cool if we had like a hangout spot. And a friend of mine, his wife had a boutique here, and he said, you need to get a shop downtown. There's no businesses for men. It's all boutiques and antique stores. And it's a cool vibe, and you dig it. So we rented a spot on the other side of the courthouse for several years, and then we outgrew it, and we moved into this one in June of last year. But this is fun. I mean, this is like the mothership. People, true story, buy plane tickets to come here, which I don't know why, but it's insane.
That's what I was going to ask you.
I saw there was a couple people like from Europe at your last class.
Yeah.
Is that common?
So we teach a barbecue school at TX Whiskey once a month. It hosts
in Fort Worth.
Holds 140 people, And in 2023, we averaged people from 20 different states per class. So in that one, we had 19 states and 3 countries, 2 from the UK and 2 from Canada.
And I see, but you've also traveled overseas now.
I've taught in Sweden, taught in Australia. Supposed to teach in Sweden again this summer. I don't think it's going to happen. Scheduling issues, but yeah. American barbecue's hot around the world, especially in Europe and Australia, big time.
And they see that you're popular on the gram or the YouTube, and
I guess.
And they're like, hey, let's get this guy.
Why do you think England's food sucks so bad?
That's a great question. I went over there after college and had their nasty-ass sandwiches with cucumbers, and
It's terrible.
It's terrible.
My daughter is in...
And their beer's hot. Or it's not cold.
Yeah, what are we doing there?
Yeah.
Warm?
It's not hand-cramping cold, as I like to say, so...
It's not cold beer? You just get a warm beer?
It's not cold enough. It's not cold like...
medium.
Yeah.
My daughter's main complaint with... she's in France as a exchange thing, college. And she said that... I mean, she didn't just go there for no reason. She said the food is not... It's very... Although it's good, it's just not... There's no spices. She doesn't have any... There's no kick to anything.
I can send some spice over.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, no. It's great that you're here, man. And, it's great that we're here.
Yeah, I was going to say,
you're always
he's
here.
probably here, just like as a matter of
often.
course.
But you're not from Waxahachie. How do you land in Waxahachie?
Yeah,
It is a very cool, very old-timey, square. The whole scene is cool.
I absolutely love it. It's the greatest vibe. I was born in Chattanooga, Tennessee, with family from Georgia and Alabama, so I'm a Southern boy. My parents divorced, and my dad came down here for work, and I decided to come with him. And so I've been here since I was 13, so I'm pretty well Texan at this point. But my in-laws lived in Waxahachie, and when my wife and I were dating, they were like, you guys should move to Waxahachie. And I'd never been out here. So it's definitely like a small town feel. It's really not that small of a town anymore. A lot of people are moving here, but it's awesome. And especially with this square. Like it's super cool.
Yeah, you do whatever your wife says.
100%.
No. So do you feel that you've surpassed Dale Hansen as the most famous man in Waxahachie?
Listen, I try to be humble. That is not even a question. Nobody even knows Dale Hansen in Waxahachie. You never see, and he'd tell you. How long have we been here? 20 years. I've seen Dale Hansen in Waxahachie 2 times.
Really?
What about Edward R. Burrow? I believe that's the name of his donkey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I was like, who's that?
He's in TV.
I've seen Dale 2 times, and it was at Christian, my oldest high school banquet, and then he emceed another thing. I had to get an MC for something Friday night, and I called Pete Delkus. True story. So we're going to bag on Dale in that. No, we don't see Dale very often. I think he's off having a good time somewhere.
Well, there's a good bet.
There's a high chance. Yeah.
Very good bet there. What's the deal with the downtown, the square here? There's it's like the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Did you notice that?
I did. Yeah.
Like I noted the name Denver Pyle.
That's the one I saw. Yeah.
Who I felt was that was Gilligan, but I was corrected, and it's apparently that's Bob Denver. Denver Pyle was Uncle Jesse in the Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about it. I know it's people that have contributed to the arts and stuff like that. So,
such as yourself.
I don't have a star. I got asked that last week.
How can you not get a star? Yeah. What do we have to do? Because in Hollywood, you just have to pay for it.
Oh, wow. Yeah, no, I don't know. We just saw a notification. There's 2 new stars coming. One is Big Al, from Kiss FM. He's got a restaurant right here. So.
Oh, does he really?
Yeah. So Big Al is probably the most famous guy in Waxahachie. I'm at number 2.
Okay, Big Al. Is he coming by later? Do we understand? Maybe.
Oh, we can get him over here for sure. Is he coming?
Yeah.
So are you excited?
You need to
think
ask.
so.
Our video man knows him.
You can embarrass
Video
him.
man knows him very well.
Okay,
he
so
worked on the Kid Craddock show.
Big Al about burned his house down a couple months ago grilling. So y'all need to get him. He came in here wanting a new Traeger, so I got him a discount code, like a friends and family thing. I see him at the grocery store 2 weeks ago, and he goes, "Boy, I got a story for you." And I said, "Hit me with it." And he said, "Well, I was grilling bacon outside," and he goes, "Caught my grill on fire." And he goes, "Matt, I'm talking about my house is going to burn down fire. So I'm looking for a fire extinguisher. Can't find the wife. She's asleep or something. Called my neighbor. Doesn't have. He's at the airport." He's like, "So I had to call 911." He said 6 trucks came.
For his one little
for
fire.
bacon.
And he looked at the guy and he goes, "Could you have maybe brought 2?" And they said, "Well, we don't know how big the fire is when you call." So they put out the fire, and he said as soon as the fire truck leaves, 5 minutes goes by, the doorbell rings, and it's a delivery man dropping off his Traeger. And the wife was like, "Did you plan this?" So yeah, you got to get him with that.
All right.
Just say, I heard
You
on
think
the
it's
sprint."
funny that his last name is Pittman?
I did not believe it was real, but it's. I
Right.
think it is, right? It's
No, we changed it.
okay.
Yeah.
He's doing a bit.
Yeah, I used to. I mean,
Unless you could tell me your original.
It won't
last
work
name.
with you guys, but I always tell people sat the wife down and said I need to become the Chad Ochocinco of barbecue. But it has 2 T's in it, so it's not spelled right. But I closed on some land a week ago, and the lady's name was Pittman with 1 T, and I was like, I need to have 1 T. But yeah, that's my real name.
Yeah. You were just born for this, so they say. Well, thanks a lot, man. Thanks for having us. We're very excited. Ladies and gentlemen, the great Matt Pittman. Quite a crowd here.
Appreciate it.
What's the deal with this? All right, from Meat Church Barbecue. All right. Well, now he's happy that he's done with us. And
Quite happy.
We shall move on. I don't even know if we need to do weekend check or anything. You guys want to just jump right into some stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. Like sports? We do have quite a few people out here.
It's uncomfortable to me that he's sitting that high.
Blake?
Yeah, I don't like
the
that.
table is high.
I don't like that at all.
It is a high table. And we are on YouTube today. Did you notice that, Blake?
Oh, is that right?
We have cameras and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I noticed the cameras.
Yeah. Don't be nervous.
Okay.
Don't be upset. On the camera, you can't tell he's that high.
Hey, I play flag football with that guy right there. So that's my weekend check is this.
You guys destroyed?
Yeah.
Okay. What was the final score?
What did he say, O'Neal? It was a lot to a little.
Okay.
Yeah.
One of those games?
Yeah.
Did they let you be involved in the offense and catch a ball? Or
They
no?
held me up and carried me to the end zone.
Did that whole?
Yeah, Make-A-Wish style.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
We do have lots of sports though that
This
happened over
hurts,
the
though.
weekend.
Yeah.
We could start with the place Matt was at over the weekend if you want, because I do have a tweet from Sports Mayor comes in.
Oh, my God.
Mayor Eric Johnson of the city of Dallas says, "There's no quit in this city or in the Dallas Stars. What a great series. Now it's time to keep taking care of business and to bring down the Avalanche." Which
Nope.
is not usually the way you'd want to term that, like a pun,
Yeah,
right?
bring
You don't
down
want,
the Avalanche.
Yeah, you want to somehow
kind of want
that-
to keep it there.
Could
Yeah.
kill people.
Yeah, you don't want to bring down an Avalanche. That would be horrible to you and your team.
He's such a dork.
Yeah, but he's totally into sports, dude. We're totally on board with the Stars winning.
He's also the mayor we deserve
Why?
because the city's lame.
Not the city of Waxahachie.
Well, no, but the city of Dallas is lame, and we have a lame mayor. Like, it's just all super vanilla and
A lame bought and paid for mayor.
yeah.
And yeah,
That's what we deserve.
window dressing.
Yeah.
A window dressing mayor.
Don't even really do anything. I
Yeah.
mean, we have a city manager model as is.
Did you watch the game? I did.
Quite a bit of it, yeah.
Yeah.
But I did fall asleep.
Yeah, I might
I'm
have
not
finished.
gonna lie.
I might have finished it this morning, but
Didn't it start at 6:30?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
yeah. What's your
Like I
seed?
said, I mean, Sunday night, we have a game.
The sun was up.
So you're getting more sleep than Matt Pittman.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
Is that our whole Stars coverage?
Pretty
Anybody
much,
else
yeah.
have anything from it?
That's about all I have. No.
Okay.
I listened to Razor this morning and was pretty fired up. It's really weird, though. Like, same thing with the Mavs and the Stars, where you're like, oh, God, they did it. And you're like, oh, they have 3 more rounds. If
Yeah.
they were to get to where they
That
want
was
to go.
not a normal first-round matchup.
In either case. Like, even if the Mavs got it done in 6, it's like, that felt like pulling teeth.
Yeah, because all the other series were over in 5 games, it seemed like.
Yeah.
Like the second-round matchups have already started.
Yeah. So
8:30 Tuesday night.
Yeah, did you see the Mavs and Stars schedule for the next 2 weeks?
no,
They play on the same day every single game,
Ridiculous.
really, same time.
and basically the same time. I know Tuesdays are both 8:30.
Both 8:30, yeah.
Okay, but the Mavs obviously are going to be the road team as the lower seed, and the Stars will be the 1 seed. So.
Yeah.
So they won't be home. Obviously that
Playing in the same time.
Yeah, no, they can't play on the same.
They can't. I would love to go to one of those games.
Half and half.
Yeah, if they would just get that going, they could do it. Just think outside the bun. So, Mavs. I wake up this morning. Shams reports this, that Jason Kidd has signed a multi-year contract extension with the team.
They're into the second round.
They're into the second round. Why not? Did they hang the banner yet? Have we announced the parade route?
No, but Carlisle didn't win a playoff series since 2011.
Yeah.
Kidd has already had way more success recently.
That's true. Carlisle's also in the second round. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Well, they should probably give him an extension too now.
They probably will.
Yeah.
It's his first year.
Just saying.
Second year, right?
Yes, second.
You know the weirdest part to me about the...
Yeah, it's their same year. He left and Kidd took over.
Okay.
Well, I'm just saying, if you're saying, well, it's only Carlisle's second year, it's only Kidd's second year.
Third.
Third for him.
Okay, then it's Carlisle's third year.
Okay.
They've got the
might
exact
have
same
set one
tenure.
out.
He did not. He started right away.
Okay.
He announced he was going to be with Indiana.
You know the weirdest thing to me about the contract extension is not seeing Mark's name in the statement.
Yeah, it was like Governor some guy.
Adelson.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Nico.
Yeah, Mark Cuban.
It's just weird not seeing Mark's name on news like that.
Well, clearly he's a big part of it, right?
He's a big part of it, but he's not the biggest part of it.
Yeah, that is wild. But I guess he'll keep his job for now, just with what they've done. See, I feel like what made this happen is LeBron getting his coach run from the Lakers. And then the rumor mill starts of LeBron really liked Jason Kidd, endorsed Jason Kidd going over there. Jason
did
Kidd,
you see
player
that
coach.
they were already talking about like Tyronn Lue? And I'm like, your team is still in the playoffs.
Yeah, he had to address that in his exit interview.
Yeah.
Who, the Lakers were?
Yeah.
Tyronn Lue basically said, "Yeah, I'm not going anywhere."
Okay. Well, yeah, how could you if you're under contract, though?
You know. Well,
I mean,
doesn't work for us, but
yeah, Carlisle was able to do so. Well, you know what else doesn't work for us? Same thing, like in our world or whatever, even the radio world. It's like you have some good years, and they're like, yeah, okay, well, we'll talk to you about your contract when your contract is up. But the sports coach world, college coaches more so, but
yeah,
the fact is, oh no, I mean, hey, it's just the timing of it really bothers me. Because it really bothers me the way the Cowboys were talking about their team all throughout last year is, what's different about, well, here's what's different. Blah, blah, blah. A, B, C, and D. This is way different. And then they go and get bounced in the first round. So kind of the same feeling right now. Is like, oh, my gosh, everything's working so well. And you got past all right, new deal. Like, wait, let's just wait.
Because if they get swept by the Nuggets, you think...
you already got him in
little buyer's remorse.
Western Conference Finals, huh?
I'm just saying, if they sign him to a multi-year extension and then he gets swept by Denver, then you might think,
I would not think that. I would think, well, we were one of the 4 remaining teams. That's awesome.
What if they get swept in this series?
Then I'll stab myself in the stomach. That's not happening.
You think they can win this series?
I do.
Okay.
I think not having Maxey could be a real problem against Jokic in Denver.
Okay.
I don't think it's that big of a problem against Oklahoma City.
What's the word on Maxey? 3 weeks? 3 weeks minimum?
Evaluate in 3 weeks, yeah.
Oh, okay. So
he's done.
Probably more.
Yeah. That was really, really bad.
Yeah. That's too bad.
Why was he trying to dunk from the free throw line?
They all have been doing that. Derrick Jones Jr. has been doing it. Gafford's been doing it. Like, just hunting for the posterization. But we're at the point now where I don't know if Kyrie just, likes playing into narratives, but how does he keep doing this?
What do you mean?
Second half.
Oh, my God. Yeah,
How does he
what do you have,
keep
2 points in the first half?
2 points, yeah.
And he finished with 30?
Yeah.
But it's not like he's not involved. I mean, he's still a big part of the game.
I know. And then he just chills and then goes full assassin mode with 9 minutes left every game in the playoffs.
Is it amazing
Be they down 20 or up 20?
Just having that club in your bag, isn't that incredible?
It's awesome.
That I've got this guy who will do something in the fourth.
Yeah.
How many times have y'all seen the video of the and one three from the corner?
Oh my God. Different music.
And
Many.
Gafford.
And I just can't stop watching Gafford.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, dude, they won a series where Luka cannot buy the backside of a broad barn from deep.
Yeah, he
He shot like 26%.
Yeah.
And the feet don't even look right.
No.
Like he has no lift on his shot at all.
So imagine if
Above the break, corner, spot up, step back, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, had this been the roster of 2 years ago, they probably would have lost in 5.
Yeah, I was going to say 4.
So even with Brunson, you're saying? The way Brunson's been playing.
No, you have to say that Brunson.
Yeah.
Which good for him.
Yeah, good for him, man. He's now they're throwing around playoff stats like Jordan and I can't remember. You know, he's surpassing milestones that only the greats have ever done in the playoffs.
And he's doing
or maybe
it,
it's like Jordan and Luka. I can't remember.
And he's doing it in New York.
Yeah, which elevates it, right, in everybody's head. Of course, if they get smacked in the mouth by Indiana, I suppose that'll be like a slowdown here. But I think I heard, was it the Hoop Collective? Did you listen Friday? I think they were discussing, is that like the best free agent signing ever? Best non-max.
Yeah, because it wasn't.
Free agent signing ever. They were saying if that's not the best, then Steve Nash is the best. And those two things have something pretty big in common.
It's a little bit unfair, though, because his dad was a coach there.
Well, only after they knew he was a free agent target, then they hired him.
Yeah, well, I guess I'd have to go back and look at the timing, but I don't feel like that was ever really like an option. I don't feel like he was ever staying here.
No, if you rewind to the beginning of the, right after he got 10 minutes in Game 7 against the Clippers, he signs that deal if they offer it to him. The 3-year extension?
4-year, 55.
Okay, was that what it was?
I wonder.
I absolutely think he does.
I wonder.
There was no thought that this guy is going to be something outside of the Mavericks.
No, I mean, Haralabab was telling us they were trying to trade him all the way up until the deadline.
Which is why he didn't want to sign it, because he knew he would just be a piece.
Well, that once he started playing well, remember that winter? That was the December that Luka got hurt, and all of a sudden he comes in and actually looks like, wait, he's not that bad of a starter. He could actually do a little something. And then he thought, 4 years, 55, that's maybe not enough. But before the season, I think he absolutely signs that. And then you don't have Kyrie now. I mean, who knows what you have?
I haven't looked into the details of this, but is it Tyson Chandler thing, the black uniforms? Because that was pretty badass.
They did look cool.
Yeah. The funeral uniform?
Well, I mean, Tyson Chandler was wearing a black suit.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know that wearing the black at home indicates that, but maybe.
I don't know. I just I see videos of Lively walking off the floor into the concourse or into the tunnel and the whatever you call it, and he's yelling at Tyson Chandler. It's cool that he's involved.
I'm a very big fan of the black.
What?
Just my outfits usually, Shoes, shirts, hats, everything. Did I save it? Did I save myself there from that huge hole I had dug? All right. Well, anyway, I guess we'll continue talking about that as the Mavs don't start until Tuesday. Stars don't start until Tuesday. Of course, we all followed horse racing and.
I may be wrong. The highest ratings in 35 years.
What?
For the Kentucky Derby. I may be wrong about the idea that it's ending.
Oh, because you said horse racing would be eradicated.
Yeah, I think I have 4 or 5 years left, and it's not looking good.
Well, you know what else isn't looking good? That Philadelphia 76ers championship that you also once proclaimed.
I paid that off.
I'm just saying. I'm just trying to look back at some proclamations that you've had that didn't turn out. There's very, very few of them, and that's why I can remember the.
Remember when you said that Johnny Manziel would go to the Hall of Fame?
I probably did. And there's very few times when I've been wrong, and that's why you can easily point them out. But most of the time I'm right. And I will tell you right now.
What has he got?
The Jason Kidd signing, you're not going to be happy about this extension in the long run.
Okay.
You've had some hot Jason Kidd opinions that I need to check back on.
Not a big fan of Jason Kidd as a coach, but
I'm not really either.
Hopefully the players can just keep working around him like they've been doing.
I mean, they are like a top 5 defense, though, so he probably does deserve some credit for that.
Okay, if they get to the Western Conference Finals and don't get swept,
They have to win one game.
I will then possibly change my my tune. But as for right now, even then, why do you need to give the multi-year extension? He's on the books for at least another year. Let it roll. Let's just see how it works going into next year. I mean, if they can win that midseason tournament next year, then you got something.
Right. That's right. Just like the Lakers.
Yeah.
Unprecedented firing Darvin Ham after.
Oh. It's never been done before.
I've said this.
Has a team ever won the midseason tournament and then fired their coach?
No.
Jeez.
Uncharted waters.
Yeah.
I told you guys this last week, but you are going to hate that AT&T commercial so much in 4 days.
Which one? The one that Bill Simmons is singing?
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Chet and Shay.
Oh, okay, yeah. The one you were playing is. Sorry.
Yeah. They're a very, very hateable team.
Yeah.
But I also love them.
Yeah. I hate them right now just because all the, like Blake said, they got to do everything together. And, I thought that made LeBron and Wade even more hateable when they had to do their press conferences together with with the Heat.
Chris Bosh is just like peering in like he's at a toy store.
Well, I've always told you.
You underrate Chris
Bosh. Borderline Hall of Famer, if you ask me. But he got to play with those guys.
Okay.
You're going to get really annoyed by SGA.
Yeah. He's like new age Harden.
Yeah, if you think Harden's annoying, just wait.
Takes a lot of free throws.
Okay. Yeah, I can't say I've watched a lot of their games outside of their Mavs games.
I do appreciate that there's a guy named Tim who listens to us. He lives in Nebraska. Mm-hmm. And he got the email from the Thunder that was like, if you live in Oklahoma, Kansas, or Nebraska, we'll sell you tickets.
Oh, yeah.
And he posted it and was like, Venmo me. I'll buy your tickets from the Thunder's lot of home tickets. Are
we considering trying to go? Are you putting in for press credentials or no?
It's probably a little late over there, Chief.
Well, I had to wait until the Mavs won. But yeah, I'll try.
So the Mavs did win. It was like Friday.
Yeah.
Like 72 hours later.
And then it was the weekend. And
a lot of stuff.
What'd you do this weekend? I hit him up on the other morning, and he's like, late night.
Yeah, the Stars played late Friday night.
All right, whatever.
Softball?
Yeah, we played some softball Sunday morning. We swept. No big deal.
Should I take this off on YouTube?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. What are you doing?
It's really gnarly.
My weekend check is yesterday I fielded a phone call from one William Pace.
Holy shit.
What day did we do William Pace last week?
Thursday.
So go back and watch our Thursday show if you are interested in who I talked to. But, it's because one of our guys on Friday, the guy who had us out there,
Mitchell,
had contacted him to try and book him for our show, not realizing that we had a full slate on Friday.
Yeah.
Weren't able to fit him in. But, I talked to William for, longer than I would have talked to most people. And, but he's a very sweet, sweet man, and I said I wanted to hook up on the show sometime very soon. So we may indeed have a guest this Thursday. I don't know. We'll just see how it goes.
How's he doing?
Yeah.
He says he's doing great.
Okay.
And that he believes God's plan is for him to become syndicated, and he thinks it's going to happen somehow.
He's got to be quite old.
Well, he's definitely older than he was 20 years ago.
Doesn't invalidate plans.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's just that God's plans for old people sometimes aren't that.
Yeah, sometimes it's just for you to die.
Yeah, but we'll see. Let's do this real quick, and then we will get to another sports-adjacent topic. Do you guys have any mail? Because I do.
Let's look.
I got a couple birthdays. Unc Hottie, it's my Kevin Durant birthday.
Okay.
This is usually Jake's.
Yeah,
area
35.
to
35,
shine.
yeah, okay. I'm not Landry.
My leaders are Garden State Handjobs and Bandit.
Bandit, huh?
Who he has who it is in parentheses. Do you know who Bandit is?
Yeah, Bluey's dad.
Bluey's dead.
Yeah.
He's great.
He
You'd
is-
love it.
Yeah,
You'd
he
love
is
it.
awesome.
Except he's like unrealistically great. Ted knows.
Yeah.
That's right. For some reason, television's Ted Emmerich is here, everybody.
Hey!
I walked in. I was talking to Blake and asking him where Matt was, and I'm looking over in the corner. I'm like, is that Ted Emmerich? And Blake's like, no. And Blake then looks, and he's like, wait, it is Ted Emmerich. Just showed up with a lawn chair
Yeah.
at Meat Church Barbecue.
Bandit definitely fucking the neighbor. You all know I'm right.
Which one?
The one with the blonde hair?
Oh, that's really into fitness?
Yeah.
Okay, she is pretty hot.
Yeah. She's also a dog,
Well,
Blake.
I also have a thing for chili, too. I think you know that.
Chili's nice.
This is from
She's also a dog.
Tony Frazier. It's Tony Frazier's birthday.
Okay.
We never said that.
Sorry. Happy birthday, Tony.
Dan, I hope Blake hit record so you can shout out Dane, my little brother, for his birthday that was Sunday.
I think I did.
Are we recording? Are we backup recording? And are we triple recording?
We got the video, too.
Yeah.
All right. You know what? When Video Man's here, I kind of
Yeah, I feel a little bit better
Yeah.
about
I
it.
feel very confident. It seems like he's got his shit together. That's my little brother, Dane. It's his Joe Mixon on the Bengals' birthday.
Dude, I don't know.
28.
My wife's birthday is the day after, May 6th. That would be today. Her Adrian Beltre birthday.
29.
Special shout out to her also for being 2 months away from giving birth to our daughter, Lucia, who Jake claims it's never been done before in an episode last week. D.F. Walter.
That's right. Nobody's ever had a kid.
That's right. Congratulations.
You're very special.
That's why they're always like, oh, it's a miracle, childbirth. Is it? Like some chick just did it at the prom in the bathroom. And that's a miracle?
And since you started this segment, like 500 people worldwide have done it.
Have had a baby.
Yeah. So.
Is that a miracle? Yeah, if something, it's raining. Oh, okay, is that a miracle? The sun came up today.
This other guy came back from dead. That's a miracle.
That feels like a miracle.
Yeah.
Uncle Hotmail. Oh, that's from Walter. And then happy birthday to Jason Ennis. Jason Enos, his Dick Butkus birthday
53?
There's no way you know that.
was Saturday. I would have told him, may the 4th be with you, but unfortunately he had COVID. And also, I'm not gay.
Damn, 51.
Can you please wish him a happy birthday from his brother in Germany? That's from Matthew.
Okay.
Dear Mystic Dan, my friend Christopher has a birthday.
Big win for you.
I would be honored if... That's right. My phone blew up this morning, including one from Television's Ted Emmerich.
Yeah.
But you weren't first.
Was I?
You were not first either.
Ah.
To let me know that I should listen to the 840 bit on the ticket in Dallas. Who is this? Wait, Sam Shaw, my friend Christopher. It's Sam. If you know Sam Shaw and your name is Christopher and it's your birthday, well then that's what we're reading here. And I want to read this one more, which has to do with Meat Church Barbecue remote. That's where we are today. Like to reset.
It's probably in the show notes.
For people who are here,
yeah.
you are at Meat Church Barbecue.
They know the deal.
This is a good crowd.
It is a good crowd.
Like we had a big
on the
crowd.
heels of Friday. Friday was
had a
pretty
big
nice
crowd.
too. Yeah.
What's the deal with that?
I don't know.
Since you'll be right across the street from the Ellis County Courthouse, you should know about the lady parts carved into the building.
What?
The sculptor had the hots for a chick and memorialized her up tops and her
I can't say that I do.
It says
Her
here,
vagina.
a woman's most private parts of her body is sculpted on the south side of the courthouse midway. Italian sculptor Harry Hurley was so in love with Waxahachie woman Mabel Frame that he displayed her in stone forever for the world to see. I lived in Waxahachie for over 25 years. My father was publisher of the Waxahachie Daily Light. It's weird how long it's taken for this full story to finally get noticed. Okay, this is now he's doing an excerpt from someone else. This says, I was Miss Waxahachie in 1976.
Congrats.
Yeah. So maybe
Well,
we'll
I feel
go
like
take
we
a
have
look
to go
at that.
look. Yeah, we have to go see.
Right.
How do
That's
you
old-timey porn.
Could you imagine being so in love with really anyone to want to do that?
No, I can't. I cannot. But now I'm like super intrigued.
Love is not real, boys.
Jeez, dude.
Yep. Just live for yourself. All right, so we have a couple other big things that I would like to do today.
Okay.
One.
Oh, hey, I have one thing I have to tell you.
Yeah.
Dumbzonemerch.com.
Go ahead.
We have
What do we got?
we have shirts up there that you can get your state, whatever state that you choose, with the Dumb Zone logo on it. And I talked to Raymond the other day. I talked to Raymond a lot.
Mm-hmm.
There's a dude who's a contractor. I don't believe he's like active service deployed, but there's a dude who's a contractor who got the Dumb Zone logo on a UAE country outline, the United Arab Emirates. Which I don't know.
So-
To me, seems really cool. Maybe they'll put him in jail for it. I don't know.
Yeah, a guy named Nick emailed something else, but I'll reveal that later in the week. That's my tease. He said, P.S., can you get a Washington State shirt? And I forwarded that to Raymond. So I guess Raymond at E6 Sportswear will kind of, if you want something, he'll make it.
Exactly.
So if you think it doesn't exist, he'll make it exist.
That's right.
You want a Dumb Zone Meet Church shirt?
Actually, yes.
He'll make one for you, and then Meet Church will sue him for for using their logo.
Remember when we got sued by the Cowboys? Or threatened?
We got a cease and desist from the Cowboys.
Yeah.
You want to tell the story?
It was the Dak Zeke 214 shirts.
Yeah, TC created those.
Yeah. And within like 2 days, we had a letter. And we're like, well, I mean, feels like they mean business.
Yeah. So we stopped. But, yeah, that was the first cease and desist we ever got.
You listen to that one.
Yeah.
We thought we should probably just cease and desist.
That's right.
You don't want to fight the Cowboys.
We shall cease.
Yeah. But I still have one of those shirts. I remember I think we gave out the rest that we had at like one of our movies.
Yeah. I think that's correct.
So the two things that I would like to do today for sure, I want you to teach us all about this rap beef.
Yeah.
And then Blake has some sports adjacent content for us. You want to do the rap thing first?
That would be dealer's choice. I don't know what he has.
I have a ton. May need to wait till after the break.
Okay, wow. Look at that.
Yeah.
You're going to regret that.
Why?
That's a big promise.
Did I have a lot of audio?
Yeah.
I don't think he'll regret it at all.
What do you want to know? You just want me to like start at the beginning?
Yeah, tell the class. I know that Drake and Kendrick have some
Don't
kind
just
of
say Kendrick. You're not on that level.
Oh, I'm not? All right. But there's some kind of a battle going on.
Yeah.
And I do know that one guy will release a song, and then the next guy releases a song, And then what really caught my eye, and that's why we played the open that we did today, if you want to rewind and listen to it, it's a lot of people are saying, oh, this is giving Frank vibes from Always Sunny, because like apparently in Drake's last response, or I guess did Kendrick Lamar call him a pedophile?
Yeah.
And then Drake is like, hey, in his thing, it's like he doth protest too much.
Yeah.
And it's like, wait, if somebody says something that's totally untrue about you, you usually just kind of can ignore it. Whereas if you're like, hey, I don't diddle kids, certainly not kids. Absolutely not. Not attracted to her. There's no way I'm attracted to her.
Yeah, I don't have the audio, but he basically was like, don't you think if I were fucking kids that I would have been arrested by now? And it's like, I would never say that.
Yeah. That doesn't
I mean,
seem to be the response for, hey, are you doing it with kids?
Diddling kids? You're like, no, way, I'm way too famous to diddle kids. It's like, well, then why have you thought about it?
Yeah, you can't say, I've never been arrested for that.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not the way.
Yeah.
That's not the way to say I've never done that.
You know, it's kind of it's an interesting cultural moment because I don't feel like there's any chance that somebody's going to get like killed. Whereas 30 years ago, I mean, people did. Mm-hmm. Multiple people.
What started this?
Everyone hates Drake.
Okay, so there wasn't
me included.
No, I know that. But
see, he can vouch for me. I've hated him since the second I heard his voice. Can't stand him. Just don't like it. And like so, they keep calling him white boy, but it's not because he's mixed race.
Who, Drake?
Yeah, it's because like Obama was raised by a white family. But he has like different sensibilities than your average, Caucasian human being. Drake does not. And Kendrick Lamar is a psychopath. That's really what it comes down to. He's a psychopath.
You're a fan of him?
Huge fan.
Okay.
For that very reason.
Okay.
Yeah. So
who had the first song? Who fired the first shot?
It would have to probably go back like a decade. And there's been like those little veiled sneak shots. But as far as like the one that brought down the avalanche, as they would say, it was Kendrick.
Okay.
Probably like 2 months ago. And then from there, things went.
Well, what happened?
But it accelerated.
Well, I mean, they just started going back and forth with like, Drake's like, hey, you beat your wife. And Kendrick Lamar's like, yeah, but you're a pedophile. And you were tweeting Millie Bobby Brown. Which is true. And texting her.
Who?
Drake.
Okay.
And she's 13.
Yeah, slow down here. You got to take me step by step here.
I don't really know.
So I think the reason, Drake is a weirdo, just to start. But I think he's just manipulated a lot of people and stolen from people, and he's just made a lot of enemies.
Publishing rights and stuff like that. Like, he's an industry guy. He's a pop star.
And from what I understand, when you're great and on top of the game and doing that, that's one thing. But now he kind of sucks. And people are going after him now.
And Kendrick Lamar is like, he's not a pop star. Like, he'll just put out an album every 5 years whenever he feels like it. He's a weird cat.
He reminds me of Kawhi Leonard. Like,
that's a good comparison.
If Kawhi puts his mind to it, like, he can be the best. But Kendrick just doesn't put an album out a year. It's an album every 5 years or so, and he really, really stays out of the limelight. He's just a really quiet, to himself kind of person.
Yeah.
So isn't that weird for him to start going after somebody?
That's when you know.
Pretty fired up about it.
Yeah, that's when you know it's a big deal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you tend to take it seriously.
And people don't mess with him for this reason.
Yeah.
Because he'll come
destroy
at you hard.
Yes.
Okay, and that's what's going on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he does not hold back.
No. He appears to be not afraid of death in any way, shape, or form.
And he's just probably seen Drake like just be the worst person to everyone in the industry for a long time and just had it.
Okay.
And is now trying to kill him.
Pretty much it.
And he's winning.
It's like he probably won after the first song, but then what was it, last Thursday and Friday he released 2 new ones?
Yeah, Friday night he put out 2, and one of them was like 5 minutes after Drake dropped. So clearly he had it holstered, you know?
Yeah, he's had this plan for a while. But it is like, it's pretty crazy to watch this basically occur on Twitter.
It's pretty much all playing out on social media. Yeah.
And other people are jumping in, like releasing their SoundCloud songs, but Kendrick has released these over Twitter, and it's just spreading like wildfire.
And you remember Dissect, right?
Yeah.
You did Dark Twisted Fantasy on Dissect, right?
Yes.
So that guy's like working overtime.
Okay,
Yeah.
because he does these things now for. I didn't know he does like real quick current stuff now.
For Kendrick, he does.
The Dissect guy. Okay.
Yeah, and so,
That's a great podcast series if you want to.
So good.
The Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is incredible.
Yeah, he's got like 12 seasons now. He's with The Ringer.
He'll do like really? He'll do like an hour on every
Each song. Yeah. And so
the origin, the lyrics, what does this
mean? Last
mean?
Wednesday, because see, here's the thing too. Every line from Kendrick has like 5 meanings. So then that guy, Cole, I think is his name, he has to like break down every single like word and what that could mean or whatever.
Okay.
Whereas like Drake's is much more straightforward.
So if there's a lesson here, it's that Drake should have never responded to the first one. Just let it happen.
I've been thinking about that too. Like, how does it end? Like, don't you just have to
now
keep,
that he's
like,
in it?
It's almost like if you have a brother or whatever, and you're like, yeah, but you, and then you got to keep going back, and you're like, yeah, but you, like you have to keep going back and forth. Like, is whoever goes last the winner?
That's why I believe the lesson would be don't even respond to the first one.
It was really bad though.
What do you mean?
Like the first one was just like, it would have looked bad in a competitive.
Like, what was he saying? I need some audio.
The first one was well, okay. Let's wind it back even further. So probably 3 years ago, Pusha T. This is another rapper, Dan.
Sure, I'm familiar.
Who was part of the.
He was
Clips.
on SVU. He is.
No, that's Ice-T.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Released a song where he made Drake acknowledge that he had an illegitimate child.
Okay. Well, I mean,
with a porn star.
Again, though, you don't even have to respond to that, right?
Well, I mean, you have to like.
If you're on top and you have $1 billion, it's like, who cares what anybody says about it?
Yeah, but you have to acknowledge that you have a child.
You do?
Well, I
Let's
don't know.
Look at Jerry Jones. Do you have to ever acknowledge?
But I
that's
think
a great point.
It also goes back to, I think in like 2015 or so, in that era, Drake got into it with Meek Mill, a Philadelphia rapper, and Drake won that one. So I think he thinks he's pretty good at this whole battle.
Was that the one? Donovan had me go out to the Cowboys practice field and ask players about the Drake Meek Mill.
Yeah.
That one was
That
big.
was awesome.
Beef. Okay.
That was awesome. Robert Kraft got him out of jail.
Got Drake out of jail.
Meek Mill.
Oh, got Meek. Oh, okay.
See, I'm trying.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to figure all this out.
But, yeah, so he has a kid. And
Drake.
Yeah, and he was
with porn star
ignoring this child.
Okay.
And so from then on,
did he at least give it money?
It?
Yeah. I was in it at one point.
You were in it,
and I was not given money.
He actually acknowledged the child after that.
Okay.
And started taking him to like,
Lakers
NBA games, yeah, stuff like that.
Okay.
But only because
because he was called out.
Yeah. And so Kendrick.
See, that was the mistake right there. Keep ignoring the kid.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, don't respond to the. Don't listen to the discourse. Just do your thing.
Reddit guy.
What?
Wants to tell us.
You are very online now.
I'm a little bit online. I like to see. You guys seen the subby numbers these days?
Only because of you.
They're looking okay. Yeah. We hit 6,000, boys.
But so, anyways.
Hey, thanks.
Yeah, thanks. The crux of
Remember,
it is
10,000, and Jake said he'll do shrooms for a whole show. You did, right?
Yeah, for sure.
That's gonna be awesome.
How about we'll do it right here? You just sit right here.
Right.
Meat Church Barbecue. Maybe they don't want that.
It's interesting, though, like just from a public perception standpoint, because no one seems, and I'm a huge Kendrick fan, but no one seems to care that he's like, you beat your wife. Everyone's like, yeah, that happens.
Oh, okay. So I didn't even know that was part of this.
That's what I'm saying, is that Drake's allegation is you were involved in a domestic violence situation with your wife, because Kendrick is like Mr. Family.
Okay.
His wife and his kids are on his album cover.
Was he
it's
domestic violence?
Not like legally.
Okay, so there's no
proof. Yeah. It's more of like a, that's what I heard.
Okay.
Type thing. And then on the other side,
Because Kendrick then doesn't respond to that. That's
Never
the way to
addressed
do
it. But Drake did.
Yeah, that's. I'm just saying that's the play.
Yeah.
That's how you win these things.
Yeah.
Don't acknowledge and say, "Oh yeah, but she was." But you should have heard what
She
she
was
said,
lippy.
or whatever.
Yeah.
You just don't say that didn't happen.
Right.
I didn't beat. Just pretend that never even occurred. That no one ever said that. You
What's
just
the
come at
classic?
'em with this way.
Hey, have you stopped beating your wife?
Right. Or when did you stop beating?
When did
your
you
wife,
stop
or
beating your
something
wife?
like that.
Yeah. So that's. I don't know where it goes from here, but
Okay. So the main thing is Drake is the dweeb.
he's a dweeb.
Yeah.
And like a dweeb, he didn't handle these things right.
And he's like responding with memes. You know, like he'll respond like on Instagram or on Twitter with like a meme.
Okay.
And that's just not like Kendrick is not like a social media guy at all. Like he's a hermit.
And he's just putting out his stuff,
Yeah. Pretty much.
and it's destroying. All right.
It's pretty gnarly. But I would again go back to the idea that I don't think anybody's going to get hurt.
And that's bothersome to you.
No, it's not bothersome to me.
You're just saying, like the old days.
It was awesome though. Like
Biggie, Tupac.
Friday was a great day for music.
Go on.
Just the fact that we had 2 from one from the other. Drake's song is awesome. I hate Drake. His song is great.
Oh, okay. His
response or whatever, his
Okay.
volley. Yeah. It's just cool. It's just
So we start with you're not acknowledging your kid. The next response was, "Yeah, but you beat your wife." What was next?
you're a pedophile.
You're a pedophile. And next is, "No, I'm not."
Pretty much.
And then what's after that?
That's kind of where we leave it right now.
Oh, okay. So we're at, "I'm not a pedophile." Seriously.
That's kind of where we leave it.
Okay. So
Yeah.
see, the lesson here is Kendrick does not say, "I don't beat my wife." He just comes up with a whole other set of charges.
Yeah.
And so, now, yes, that's why Drake should, if indeed what you're saying is all true,
But it's weird,
Drake
though.
should not enter this fray because there's no getting out of it for him.
For sure. But it's weird, though, because it puts everybody in like a culturally weird situation when they keep calling him white boy.
What do you mean?
Well, because I think we all generally accept the idea that if the police view you as not white, then you're not white.
Yeah, but is it white is lame, right? That's the whole point.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
But like everybody, like Kendrick's wife is mixed. And so that was a thing that Drake was like, "Oh yeah, you have a problem with white people?"
And he'll just ignore that.
He did not address it.
Yeah. That's
Pretty much
seems
the move.
kind of seems textbook here.
It was a fun weekend.
All right.
Oh, one more thing.
Uh-huh.
Did you watch Euphoria?
No.
So that's another thing that fits into the narrative. Drake is a producer of Euphoria, and that show is about hypersexualizing children.
Yes, that's where
So that's why the song is called that.
Sydney Sweeney took off, right?
Yeah.
Or I learned about her on that other HBO show
White Lotus.
with Steve Zahn. Yeah, Steve Zahn's wiener. He had a problem with his wiener. Did you never watch that show?
No.
You're looking at me like you've never heard of Steve Zahn's wiener.
I have not heard of Steve Zahn's wiener.
Dan's wife has.
Yeah, for
Is
sure.
that why you watched it?
It's a good show. But yeah, no, so that's the thing is like,
So Kendrick named his song Euphoria.
yeah,
Okay.
because it's like, oh, you can't beat these charges. You're producing shows about 15-year-olds who have sex.
This sounds great.
It is great. It's great music. It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. How about a break, folks?
How about it?
Live from Meat Church Barbecue.
You don't
Let's go
have
to
to-
break with a pause.
you really
No?
don't have to
We
do
wanna
that.
No.
I'm gonna start following the ruse. But this isn't you, Cartman. Yeah, where's the Eric Cartman we know? The Eric Cartman we know breaks the rules, and he gets away with it. Just like his hero. Come on, who's your hero, Cartman? Tom Brady. Right, and what does Tom Brady do after breaking the rules? Deny and subvert. Yeah, what would Tom Brady say if he got caught shoplifting? Everybody shoplifts, why are you coming down on me? Yeah! You're Tom Brady, Cartman. And that new principal in there is the football commissioner trying to dictate his punishment to you. And what happens when an invulnerable cheater comes up against an elitist corporate dictator?
Perfect storm of hypocrisy that everyone in the country has to deal with for months on end.
Yeah!
You're right, guys. I'm gonna Tom Brady this thing.
Yeah!
I'm gonna say, you're not giving me 4 days of detention. You're only giving me 1.
Yeah!
No, to hell with that. You're giving me no days detention. And then I'm gonna go home and my hot wife, who's not even that hot and kinda looks like a dude.
Yeah!
You're listening to The Dumb Zone.
You're listening to The Dumb Zone.
Give me one of these.
The Dumb Zone.
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 That's cool voice, Jake. Today you just... Oh, look at that.
This man knows how to work a crowd.
That's right.
Do I have to do everything?
That's not...
My gosh.
We're not used to, like, people...
Hey now. There we go.
Joining us now at Meat Church Barbecue.
Supply.
Get it right now. Us business owners are pretty particular about our company names.
Is the great Big Al Mack from the Kid Craddock Show.
Yeah. What's up?
Who is a fellow business owner.
These guys act like they've never seen me before.
Fellow business owner. You
Yes,
have a restaurant right downtown here.
Right downtown. Big Al's down the Hatch. That's what they call Waxahachie. They call it the Hatch for short.
And you live in Waxahachie?
I live 5 minutes down the street.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So where do we rank? We have Dale Hansen. We have Big Al. We have Matt from Meat Church.
Matt Pittman.
Matt Pittman.
Matt's at the top of the list.
Do you think so?
He is at the top of his game right now.
And you've talked a lot about how Dale's yesterday's news.
Mm-hmm.
Dale who? What was his last name?
Right.
That's right.
Right.
Dale's awesome. I love him because I don't want to get him mad at me.
Now, we understand that you nearly burnt your house down recently.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, Matt, you weren't supposed to tell that story.
Matt didn't tell us.
Okay.
Everybody's talking.
The fire department told you?
Yeah, people are talking.
We were there.
Dude, well, I'll take you through it. I'm making bacon for my wife on the grill outside. And first of all,
so we're blaming the wife right now. We're victim blaming.
Baking bacon on the grill outside, not typically the best way to make bacon. All right? But I wanted to, my wife's in the bed sleeping. I wanted to do something a little nice. So
That's who you are.
That's who I am.
If
I'm
you
a
know
giver.
Big Al for 5 minutes.
Right.
I'm a giver. So I go and make me a little foil trough for bacon, for the grease, okay? I put me, 6-8 strips of bacon in there. Comes out perfect. It is awesome. I am on cloud 9. I take my bacon inside the house. Honey, I got bacon. And so I'm putting it into a plate on some paper towels and whatnot. But I forgot that my grill was still on and the bacon trough with the grease in it was still on the grill. Mm-hmm. That's key. Right there. So I guess I was in the house about 2 or 3 minutes, and I look out, I don't know, I go back out on the patio, and there's smoke coming out both sides of the grill, both sides. And there's nothing on the grill. I mean, like black smoke,
And this is not common.
And
That's not the way it's supposed to be.
No. If you've seen black smoke, well, the fundamental difference, black and white. Black's always bigger. Mm-hmm. So
that's what I've heard. Yeah.
But all smoke matters.
All smoke.
That was good. That was good. So, my wife is still in the bed watching TikTok videos. Mm-hmm. So she has no idea what's going on. The house is the patio there's a cover on it, right? It's enclosed, not enclosed, but So I'm like, honey, I knock on the door. Honey, the little window. Do we happen to have any baking soda? The grill is in flames at this point. Mm-hmm. She said, I don't think so. I'm like, okay, thanks. But I'm trying not to upset her because I don't want to burn down our house. Yeah.
That would tend to be upsetting.
That would be bad.
Yeah.
So
so she doesn't realialize what's going on right outside the house.
No clue. So I said, oh, maybe we have a fire extinguisher. I knock on the window again. I gotta need something to knock on. I'm a sound effect. There we go.
Yeah.
Honey, do we have a fire extinguisher?
See, now that's going to put a red flag up. She's going to kind
bit of a red flag.
Yeah.
And she said, I don't think so. My third option, my next door neighbor, he's a hunter. He's one of these guys. He's got night vision binoculars and stuff. So
Can you? And you're like, can you shoot this grill?
I call
Scope it out.
or me. So I call him. Hey man, Brett. His name's Brett. What are you doing? My grill's on fire. Okay, this is real time here.
Yeah.
And
it's very close to the house.
Yes, like arm's length. And he said, I'm at the airport going through customs. I'm like,
that's not gonna.
You're not any help. So I called 911. At this point, I see flames. Now, little did I know, not only was it the grease from the bacon that I had just cooked, there's a bacon tray at the bottom of the grill that I didn't even know anything about. It's a built-in grill. It's in the. They should tell you these things when you buy a house.
Yeah.
So
now you did have the presence of mind to not
open
pour
it.
water on it.
Yes, I did. I did not pour water.
Because
I did not open it.
I might have done that.
Okay, that
not
would be
remembering.
Yeah,
that
you would be
that's
telling
actually,
this story than not me.
Yeah.
So I called 911. It got to the point where I had to call 911. By the way, my next door neighbor that was going through customs, he's got guys over working on his backyard, and they've stopped working and just looking at me to see what I'm going to do. So
not helping.
No.
But what's this
he's
guy going to do?
Building a pool house, and there's a guy up there he's just got a pose. He's just looking. Like,
Let's see how this plays out.
They just love that.
Let me see what
it's not their problem.
So right. So I called 911, and the lovely lady at 911 says, "Is it a gas grill?" I said, "Yes, it is." She said, "You need to get out of the house." I said, "Well, my wife's watching TikTok videos right now." And
quite pressing.
Yeah. So
giving her very detailed information.
Yeah. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
I'm
she
telling
needs to
you,
know exactly what your wife.
There's
is
flames coming out of this grill, all right?
and it could explode now. That's
now,
what
now
she's saying.
that I didn't even think about this, there's gas.
Yeah.
Okay. So, honey, I knock on the door again. The fire department says we need to evacuate. So she says, "What?" She puts down her phone because she was. Did I mention she was watching TikTok?
TikTok,
I think it was, yeah.
And
can't get her off of that thing.
She said, "Holy."
No, you're good.
Guacamole.
Yes. And holy cow, Matt. Is that the name? That's the name of our. Oh, hang on. Holy voodoo. She said, "Holy voodoo." And by this time, I'm listening and I hear fire trucks. Not one, not two, not three, not four, 5 fire trucks. On December the 9th, I remember the date. And so the fire guys come in, the firemen, they come in. Hey, what'd you do? Dumbass. Can I say dumbass on the podcast?
You can say whatever you want.
Okay, dumbass. Hey, dumbass, what'd you do? I said, can you put the fire out? We can talk later. And so they put the fire out. And my grill
Big Al.
is aren't you Big Al?
Yeah.
Yes. Put the fire out. We can take a picture later. So the guy puts the fire out, and it's bad. It's like the whole part of the stone, the marble. It's black. There's a TV. It's bad. The only saving grace, like I said, didn't open it, so it didn't catch the roof on fire. The roof.
Yeah, we knew.
Yeah. I know white people. I didn't know if y'all knew that. So they put it out, and they want to chit chat, and my heart is going pitter patter right now. I'm a grown man, but I'm scared. And did I mention when the fireman came in, my Chihuahua got out?
Oh.
So yeah. So now my wife is more pissed off about the Chihuahua being out than she is about me almost burning down the house. So she goes and tries to find the Chihuahua. Chico's his name. I found him right down here in the middle of the street in Waxahachie. He's a rescue. So they put the fire out. They're just lingering. And by the time the fire department, they were there for 30, 45 minutes. And I said, "Did you have to send 5 trucks, Chief?" The chief came. And he said, "Well, we'd rather send too many than not enough." I said, "Well, that makes sense." So they put the fire out, and they leave one by one. The trucks pull off. My wife finds the dog. She comes back in. And I am feeling like the biggest dummy in the world because I almost burnt down my house. So I'm going to hop in the shower to wash off the soot and dumbness that's on me because I'm feeling like the world's dumbest guy. So I get in the shower. I'm in the shower maybe 5 minutes. Ding dong, doorbell rings. Thinking, dogs barking. Did the firemen forget their axe or something? And
As they will.
yeah, So my wife answers the door, and she comes back to the shower with the most bewildering look on her face. She goes, "Did you pick up the phone and order a Traeger grill as soon as the fire department left?" I said, "No, but I ordered one like a month and a half ago. Is it here?"
So it just happened to.
Dude, I'm not even kidding.
Perfect.
It was 10 minutes,
Yeah.
maybe, after the final fire truck left. The only thing that would have made it better is if it actually arrived while the fire department was there,
Yeah.
which would have been an even better story. It would probably taken me another 10 minutes to tell. So, but that was my brush with almost burning down my house.
Okay, that's great. We're glad you're alive. I called for that applause.
We heard it was 6 trucks.
6 trucks. Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was overcompensating or undercompensating. I try to round down.
Sure.
5s and 0s. 5, 10.
Well, that's just a harrowing tale of your wife having to pause watching videos. That's really the moral of the story in the end.
Oh man, and some girl feeding goats or something is on that, and it's very intriguing to her.
Yeah. So
Or training goats or something. I don't know what she's doing.
now, one of my favorite Big Al bits.
Yes.
That wasn't a Big Al bit.
No,
that was just real life.
That's
Right?
not a bit at all.
You're not playing that.
No.
But I don't know if these guys know it. It was a long time ago.
Okay.
The Kid Craddock program.
Yes.
He had you go to a local breakfast spot, maybe a Denny's.
Denny's or an IHOP. Okay.
Or an IHOP. Yeah. What else is there?
Yeah. Right.
Order the Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity something.
Oh gosh, I think I know where you're going. Yeah.
And then, so what you did is you went there, you ordered, then you went to the bathroom.
Yep.
And you called can you pick it up here? So you call the front, the hostess or whatever from the stall. You're in the stall.
In the stall, and asked them to bring my breakfast because I was going to be in there for a while.
You didn't want it to get cold.
Yeah. And
so you're doing this on the air.
On the air. This is when you could do live stuff on the radio, live.
Yeah.
Like really live. And yeah, I called, and I think the lady actually brought in
she actually came in the men's room.
She brought in a short stack, I believe it was. It was a short stack, a couple of strawberries.
She's sliding pancakes underneath.
Yeah, absolutely.
The disgusting bathroom door.
Absolutely. Well, like I said, it was either a Denny's or an IHOP. They have very nice bathrooms. And meanwhile, I'm sitting there with the stall door closed, of course, and my jeans or whatever pants are down at my ankles.
Because you got to play the part.
I'm being realistic, dude.
Oh, okay. You're going.
I'm going all in.
What do they call that? Method acting.
Method acting.
Yeah,
that's right.
And
you ate a lot the night before. You're going to make sure I'm gonna stink this place up.
Oddly enough, when Kid, because we call these things Mack attacks, and Kid would just come up with some idea and send me out to do it, and he'd stay at the station, not get arrested, and I would.
Right. Yeah.
It's funny how that works.
Yeah. So that was one of the funnier ones, but gosh, he sent me also to another. No, he told me to go see if I could take a shower at a random white person's house. What? So this is God honest truth. So I dress up. Well, no. A method. Right. I have a bucket of water, soapy water, in the floorboard of my pickup. And so I arrive at a random house on Beverly Drive or whatever in Highland Park, Texas. It's
Highland Park, we choose.
Okay. Yeah.
Just random.
How'd you know I'd find a white person?
It's a flip of a coin, man. You never know.
You got lucky.
So, I rang the doorbell of the gate, and I said, "Hi," and I'm dressed in a towel. Okay, I'm dressed in a towel, no shirt. And I put some of this soapy water on my head and my shoulder, my chest area, my pectorals. And so I go to the door. Hi, I live across the street, and my water's been turned off, and I have a job interview in like an hour, and I really need to finish my shower. Would you mind if I came in and finished my shower? Now, the first 2 or 3 were not just no, but hell no.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, if you are persistent enough, you will find someone that will let you come into your house and take a shower. And so I did. I think it was a lady, and but you're scared. Like, thinking back, this is 10, 15 years ago, right?
A different time.
A different time. It's when it was safe to let a black man come into your house. So I went in and I took the shower, and wouldn't you know it, she brought me a short stack and a couple of strawberries. God, I wish that story got that much laughter on my show, on our show. Goodness. But I could go on and on because he sent us out. Well, us meaning me.
Yeah.
Like all the time.
It was Tom Gribble before you, right?
Tom,
That's how he became.
I was there a little bit with Flake Boy. Flake Boy and I did the famous bumper dumper bit.
Where you drove around with him on the back of the car?
Yeah, the bumper. Are y'all familiar with a bumper dumper? Yeah, you white guys, y'all know what bumper dumper is. It's you plug it into your trailer hitch if you're out camping, and you put a plastic bag on it, you duct tape it, and if you need to poop, you poop in the bag, right? So, kid thought it would be a great idea if
he stayed in the studio.
If he stayed in the studio and not got arrested, and I think Rob was here for this, weren't you, Rob Chickering? Oh. So we drove around Beverly Drive. That's our go-to street. Mm-hmm. The studio used to be in Preston, in close by. So we duct taped Flake Boy to the bumper dumper so that he wouldn't fall off. This is safety first, y'all.
Right.
Mm-hmm. We duct tape his thighs to the bumper dumper. Okay, visualize this. I'm driving a, I don't know, F-150, F-250, something like that. And we tie him to the thing, and I'm driving the truck down Beverly Drive, and we're cruising about 10, 20 miles an hour, nice safe speed. And if he fell off, he would be injured, but he would die. So I was coming up to the freeway, and I said, live radio. I said, kid, do you want me to get on the freeway? He goes, no, I had already turned to get on the freeway. And there's no backing up.
You don't want to go with a human on the,
Well.
It's just Tom.
Yeah, it's just Tom. So, no, kidding, I love Tom. So we went down probably a stretch of maybe a half mile, a mile, at posted speed, 55, 65 miles an hour, while he is screaming at the top of his lungs, stop, stop, stop. I'm panicking, but I hadn't been on the radio that long, so I don't want to get fired. And Flake Boy doesn't want to die. And Kid didn't want to be arrested. That's why he's at the studio. So, but that was the bumper dumper. That was a very, very, that was probably the closest we came to someone actually dying.
Okay.
I mean, one bad move, a car, thinking back.
Yeah.
Again, it was a different time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It was a different time.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that could have been really, really bad.
Yeah. But instead, it's not.
It's not.
Things just work out for Big Al.
And now we can laugh about it.
Yeah. Fire,
the
bumper, whatever.
Bumper dumper.
Everything's fine.
And now I'm just, just chilling.
All right.
Down here with you guys with the Dumb Zone podcast.
That is right. That is what we are.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
That is what we are.
Yeah. I have a podcast, by the way. It's called Third Wheel. And I've asked for people to come watch my podcast, but nobody shows up. I'm kind of jealous. Y'all got like 100 people in here.
Well, they're here for Meat Church. Believe me, not for us.
Matt draws a crowd.
He does,
for sure.
No,
this dude takes
big
pictures like frickin' Tom Cruise or somebody.
Right. People want to be photographed with him.
Yes. Yeah, I was in line.
They asked me to take his picture. Yeah.
Right. Right. Oh, dude, he is huge, but he got me hooked up on a grill, so I'm cool.
Yeah, which came just in time. Well, thanks. Do you want to hang out? We're going to do some more show stuff, but you don't have to. You can do your thing. I don't care.
Show?
Yeah.
I'm done working for the day.
Yeah? We're just doing our thing.
I wake up at 1:30 in the morning, dude. Ugh.
Yeah?
Yes, sir.
That's a very sad tale. Sorry.
No, thank y'all for having me
on,
man.
If we take a look at those, okay.
I appreciate it. I'll just kind of hang out and, go in and out. I'm loitering right now.
Okay. Well, let's all hear it for Big Al Mack.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah. Should we go news, or you want to do go into the thing that you promised? We'll do some daily news. Let's do your thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, Blake Jones.
Too much. Way too much.
Well, I mean, Big Al got me going.
Yeah.
Like, hey, all I have to do is that? Okay.
Yeah, everyone needs it.
Yeah.
All right, so this is audio from the Tom Brady roast last night. Initial impression was a little bit too long. I thought 3 hours was pretty long for a comedy roast.
Way too long.
Had way too many people up there, but it was a pretty star-studded event.
See, I feel like, though, when they did the Comedy Central roasts, or they'll do, the legendary Emmitt Smith roast I talk about, the Shaq Comedy Hour or whatever that was.
Didn't Moose kill it?
Yeah. But then they will edit it.
Yeah.
So they'll put it on Comedy Central to a nice tight hour. But it might have gone 2.5 or 3 hours in real life. I don't know.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I was afraid of. I wanted to watch it live and more specifically record it live just in case anything were to happen. And so let me start with that. So Kevin Hart hosted it.
So you rolled on it as it's going.
Yes.
In case they would.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Clean it up today.
Yeah, and so I'll hop around. Everything was taken really well except for one joke by Jeff Ross.
Mm-hmm.
So Jeff Ross, if you're
Roast
doing a roast,
master.
he's got to. I think he went first.
He did.
He comes.
This is his lane.
Yeah, he comes out on a float, kind of dressed as like a devil O.J. Simpson. It's really funny. He's in football pads. He's got an O.J. Simpson jersey on with like blood trickling down. He's got the gloves on. This is his lane.
Okay.
But he sees Robert Kraft in the crowd, and I don't know if this was written or not, but he saw Robert Kraft and just kind of went to his one Robert Kraft note.
So Tom became a Patriot, moved up to New England, and on the first day of training camp, that scrawny rookie famously walked into the owner Robert Kraft's office and said, "I'm the best decision your organization has ever made." Would you like a massage?
Okay, so that's his Robert Kraft thing.
Of course, yeah. If Robert Kraft's going to be there, you're going to hear that.
You're going to have to, because if you're at the event, all gloves are off.
I mean, if you get whacked off in a in a massage parlor and you go to a roast, they're probably going to bring it up.
Yeah. So Brady had, he's front and center. He's laughing at everything. He did not take to that very well. In fact, he walked up to Jeff Ross, and you'll hear Brady in the background a little bit take offense to this joke.
I love Robert Kraft. I love
that shit again.
Okay. He's having fun. Look at him.
Trying to recover.
I love what you do for the Jews, Robert Kraft. You're incredible.
Tries to recover, but Brady comes up to him and says, "Hey, don't say that shit again."
Did no one else touch that?
Jeff Ross was first, so I think that
was the end of it.
Yeah, that was the end of joking with Robert Kraft.
And it didn't seem fake to me. Now, the interesting part is his rebound from, I've gone too far is, I love what you've done for the Jews.
Which he can say.
Yeah, of course, but it didn't seem fake to me. It didn't seem staged. It seems like Brady, at that moment, was like,
That's interesting, because like you said, if you're at these roads, I mean, I'm sure they talk. I know they did Aaron Hernandez stuff and Giselle, and I'm sure they were. Nothing's really off limits at these things.
No.
So that's odd that. I wonder if that was performative. And I wonder if everybody
if it was,
kind of knew.
Brady sold it really well.
Yeah, man, I don't think so.
Like, it's like, hey, we can't do this and not mention it at all. But if it was guy after guy barraging him with massage stuff, yeah. But if we get it out of the open, early on, like just address it. It's out there. Brady showed Robert Kraft that I would never endorse this. I don't know.
It didn't seem performative, but yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I should note this is audio from a roast, so much of it is probably not safe for work. I'm just going to put that out there now. Let's go with Kevin Hart, who...
Yeah, is Meat Church cool with us playing all this?
Yeah, probably should have gotten permission first.
Yeah.
let's just steam through it. All right, Kevin Hart. He was pretty good. He had to quarterback the whole thing, kind of come in and out of it. He did have a couple minutes off at the top, and maybe this was just because I was in the mood to laugh and thought it was awesome, but I thought his opening was pretty good here.
A peaceful life is what you're now living, and that's a big deal. A big deal, man. For 2 years, it's been 2 years since Tom's gotten divorced, right? 2 years. 2 years. And since then,
I don't know. Now I'm getting nervous that we're in public, and maybe I don't want to play that.
Interesting.
You pussy. Boo! Boo!
Okay.
There doesn't seem to be anybody that wants you to not play it, unless you're being performative here and just making sure that everybody's...
I don't know. Everyone's looking at us and stuff.
Let's do it.
What is wrong with you?
Tom's been fucking. He's been fucking. Yeah.
That's what you're worried about?
Yeah.
There's like a kid here
That's
earlier
right.
or something.
Tom's been putting that 2-inch tool to work. Yeah. Yeah. By the way, single life is what you deserve because you had no choice. Giselle gave you an ultimatum. Giselle said, you retire or we're done. That's what she said to you, Tom. You retire or we're done. And let me tell you something. When you got a chance to go 8 and 9 and all it will cost you is your wife and your kids, you gotta do what the fuck you gotta do. Do you understand me? You did, Tom. You fucked your coach. But let me tell you something, people. Let me tell you something. That's what you gotta do to maintain your happiness. You understand? You sometimes gotta fuck your coach. You know who else fucked that coach? Giselle. She fucked that karate man. No. Listen. What? What an idiot. Why would you do this? What an idiot. All right. I mean, Jesus Christ, Tom. One of the smartest quarterbacks ever played a game. How did you not see this coming? 8 fucking karate classes a day? 8 karate classes a day? 8 karate classes a day. And she's still a white belt. She's still a white belt. Fuck, Tom. The only bruises she had were on her ass. Everybody should have known it.
Pretty good.
That part's not bad.
Yeah.
His first couple minutes were pretty tame and pretty
Kevin Hart.
Pretty Kevin Hart, yeah. But he heated up a little bit.
Yeah. I thought he did really well.
I wonder why Brady even... because you got to think this is very good for Tom Brady if you will sit up there and take all of this. Is he on I don't know about a rehab tour, but a PR tour. Yeah, he's about to hit the airwaves on football and everything, and I just wonder if, this was a calculated bit, kind of. It's got to be brilliant for Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it probably had to do pretty well.
This could be the resurgence of the roast, too.
Yeah.
Because Comedy Central did it for a while. But again, it kind of got I don't know, cookie cutter.
Yeah, didn't we have one pretty recently that sucked?
I'm trying to recall. I think I know what you're saying. But
yeah,
this could be a new lane for Netflix, though.
Especially live.
Yeah.
They paraded up a couple of athletes. Randy Moss went up there. I thought he was really bad. Gronk was up there. We'll play Gronk here in a little bit.
Was Aaron Hernandez there?
Nope. No, he wasn't. Drew Bledsoe was.
Okay.
And I thought Drew Bledsoe was really funny. So here's like a minute of Drew Bledsoe.
It's a pretty cool stage up here. Man, this reminds me of the first round of the draft. You remember Randy? Really? You remember? Yeah, first round was pretty cool, right? So there were rumors that Coach Belichick was going to be here tonight. Turns out he has some time on his hands.
He's got to get his shots in.
Oh, yeah.
At least when I got fired, somebody else wanted me. Oh, look, you know what? Tom invited his one black receiver here. He's a country-ass bass fisherman from West Virginia who used to own a NASCAR team. Dude, even your black receivers are white dudes. I mean, dude, come on. His name's Randy. It's the fucking whitest name since Kevin. Rob Gronkowski's here. He's Tom's favorite tight end. Rob's here tonight. He's Tom's favorite tight end that wasn't a murderer. Jules is a true unicorn. He's a short Jewish receiver, but he also played defense. Belichick wanted him to play nickel. He held out for dime.
Jesus Christ.
Most of his career highlights are just negotiations. So look, Tom, I'm really glad that you enjoyed all this amazing success with the team that I built. Super fucking happy for you, bud. You know, when most people lose their jobs, they start drinking. I started a winery. It's called Doubleback. It's named after what Tom does every time he walks past a mirror. So, hey, look, buddy, you know, you have more rings than I do, but I've experienced a couple things that you will never experience. You know, the feeling of being the #1 overall draft pick in the NFL. And a 28th wedding anniversary. It was yesterday.
Okay.
He did really good.
Yeah.
He's got the delivery down.
Yeah,
That's
he
the
does.
thing, because you know someone else is writing this for
Of
these
course,
guys,
yeah.
even the comedians.
But you still have to be able to
Yeah, to be able to,
stick the ins and outs of it. Yeah.
yeah.
That was really good.
It was. All the comedians were really good. I thought I'd never heard of Nikki.
And also really anti-Semitic.
Yeah, that was shocking.
A little bit, yeah.
That was shocking. I'd never heard of
You got to dust that in there.
Nikki Glazer before, but I think she was the best one of the night.
Yeah, she's big on the roast, I believe.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Heard of her.
Maybe we can hear from her later this week. Also, the Kill Tony guy. I wasn't familiar with him, and he did really good.
So we're saving some of this for later in the week?
Yeah, I think so, just because there's a lot of it.
Because there's dirty words and you don't want to play
Tony
in front of people?
Hinchcliffe. No, that's not it.
Can I say something that's annoying me? Say they did really well.
Okay.
It's bothering me.
Okay.
He said it like 5 times.
Okay. What do you want me to... Why are you looking at me?
They did well.
Yeah.
Hey, Gronk did well.
There it is.
Man, this is like a family reunion. Tom and Julian are like brothers to me. And Drew Bledsoe is the grandfather I assumed would be dead by now. Drew got traded to the Buffalo Bills, so he's played for 2 of the worst fucking Bills in football. I'm one of 5 brothers. Tom doesn't even know 5 brothers. And now let's talk about my designated driver, Tom Brady. Even though we played together for 11 years, I feel like I barely know this guy. Tom's just like the avocados he eats. I think he's a fruit, but I'm just totally not sure.
He did pretty good. He did pretty well. Damn you.
What an oaf.
I love him, man.
Do you?
Yeah, I think he's great. I think he's great on the NFL shows. I think I'm not going to say he's like the Barkley of the future, but I'm a big fan of him on the show.
They
throw it around the whatever pregame shows.
He did a shot with Brady and Belichick, and after the shot, he slammed his shot glass down.
Of course
he did.
Yeah,
of course he did.
That sounds great.
Anyone was expecting. They tried to tease that.
How was Belichick?
They were trying to tease that Belichick couldn't make it, and then he walked out towards the end. It was supposed to be a big surprise.
Mm-hmm. Was he funny at all?
You could tell he was a little out of his element, but there was a little something there with Bill Belichick.
You know, Kevin, whenever Kevin talks, I go into a cover 2 defense, cover both ears.
Okay.
Boo.
First time, you know, some of these comedians tonight, Andrew Schultz, Nikki Glazer, Tom Segura, this is a comedy version of the no-name defense. A lot of people, you know, kind of connected me with a saying called, you know, do your job, and telling people to do their job. And Gronk, I've been watching you on Fox NFL Sunday, and I'm begging you, please, stop doing your job. You know, people have said that Tom and I have butted heads a lot, and in a way that was true, but not really. It was hard to butt heads with Tom because he was so far up Alex Guerrero's ass.
Tom Brady's trainer, who was in the crowd.
Yeah, but he took a lot.
He did.
A lot of hits.
He did. Yeah, Bill was a little stiff, but he did okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I would think like the advice I would give Drake in his beef. If you are an athlete invited on one of these things, maybe just say no.
Yeah.
Like just don't even be up there because it's usually not going to go well for you, even if you have good writers. Like that. That's a better example. That's kind of stiff, whereas Bledsoe is flowing a little bit.
What if you're Brady? Do you turn it down?
No.
You sure?
Yeah, you got to do it.
Why?
Just big pub. Well, I guess if you're Brady, you don't have to. You're making
Tom Brady.
$20 million a year, right? $25 a year for
I think
Fox.
it's 25, yeah.
Yeah, and you could just do that.
You already have the job.
Like Troy Aikman's never done one of these. You know?
Doesn't need to.
And he's doing fine. But I think right now I like Brady more this morning than I did 24 hours ago.
He did really well.
Just the fact that he
in his response
would even do this, would get up there, take all the heat. Yeah.
For some reason they
and
gave.
I'm going to allege performed very well in the pretending I'm mad at you.
You
for
may be
doing
right.
the Robert Kraft joke.
You may be right.
Yeah, you're probably right. Speaking of here,
By the way, it's an escape room now.
What are you saying?
Orchids of Asia.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I've been there.
They gave Robert Kraft a mic for some reason. A little context here: Julian Edelman went a little bit before this. And he was calling this as like, I never thought I'd see you guys in the same place until Robert Kraft's funeral. That was one of his punchlines.
Mm-hmm.
So he responds to that, and he did okay here.
And like many family reunions, there are some people I'm desperately trying to avoid.
Shaky.
Coach Belichick, good to see you. You really look debonair in sleeves. Tonight has really been funny, but Julian, let's be honest and realistic. I'm not inviting you to my funeral. Tom, good luck buying the Raiders. They did your favorite thing for you already. They got rid of Jimmy Garoppolo.
That's good.
It's not bad.
They were, I think they were starting to tease like towards the end, like, all right, let's bring up Super Bowl champion quarterback, one of the greatest athletes in the NFL, blah, blah, blah. It's Peyton Manning. That was kind of a funny twist. He did some.
My idea of dinner is Applebee's. Tom's idea of dinner is eating apples and bees. Of course, we all know Tom has 5 more Super Bowl rings than I do. He also has more touchdowns. He also has more touchdowns than I do, more passing yards, more retirements, more fake hair, more TB12 bankruptcies. That is all true, okay? But I remember once that Tom told me, Peyton, numbers don't matter. Sure, it was right before he deleted every number in his phone because NFL investigators were about to kick down his door. But it was still nice of him to say. One thing that Tom and I definitely have in common, though, is our love of the game of golf. And listen, not to brag, we're both pretty good players. My handicap is a 6.4, while Tom's handicap is blowing leads in the Super Bowl to my brother Eli.
That was not funny.
He was a little rushed.
He's got good delivery, though. I like him overall.
Those jokes suck, though.
They weren't gold. No. They were very sports jokey.
Yeah, very ESPYs.
I mean, that was Belichick, very sports jokey.
Yeah.
All right, let's hear Brady.
Yeah, Bledsoe's were
I've
that.
had a lot of
Yeah,
Bledsoe's were good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he led off. Yeah, he was really, really good.
I've had a lot of tequila. I've been up here for 2 hours listening to a bunch of shitty jokes. Where the fuck did Peyton just walk off the stage? Peyton, thank you so much for coming out to LA to do this. I know sometimes you live in Denver and sometimes you live in Louisiana, but you'll always live in my shadow. Looks like it's time for Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. to step up and lead us to glory, because you and I know, and everyone in this dump knows he can do it. Yep, the word hero comes to mind. But I struggle with that word. Because like the rest of America, I'll always remember where I was that fateful day in September of 2001, when tragically, those two Jets slammed into Drew Bledsoe. I've heard some people talk about me having bad knees. You know why my knees are so fucked up, Kevin? Because I spent so many goddamn hours on the floor begging Netflix to get Chappelle to host this. Yeah, fuck you, Kevin. Glazer, Schultz, Hinchcliffe, two racist bears. Who picked this shitty lineup? The New York Jets front office? Nice fucking haircut.
That has to be Andrew.
Kim Kardashian. Yeah. Thank you so much for being here. I know Kim was terrified to be here tonight. Not because of this, but because her kids are home with their dad.
That was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, he did sound a little sauced.
He did sound a little bit sauced,
he did.
yes.
So that was his beginning. He kind of goes on like a NFL humor circuit, kind of making fun at all the fan bases. I thought this was pretty good if you're into NFL and comedy, I guess.
The NFL spent $20 million and found that it was more...
Oh, in the beginning of this, so people are hammering him about Deflategate and Spygate and all of that, and he kind of just openly admits to Deflategate here, which I think we all kind of know, but he's never outright said it.
Okay.
The NFL spent $20 million and found that it was more probable than not that I was generally aware that someone may have deflated my footballs. You could have just given me the $20 million and I would just told you I fucking did it.
You know what I'm saying? Boy, yeah.
But I don't want to get the NFL too upset. I'm trying to buy a piece of the Raiders. I'm tired of owning just the Colts and the Bills.
Okay.
Buffalo fans call themselves the Bills Mafia. How are you the fucking Mafia? At least the Mafia has a ring you can kiss. And while we're at it, screw Colts fans. Colts are just Broncos who don't fuck.
The tequila joke, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Kansas City, you say your stadium is the loudest. It helps when all your fans are 14-year-old girls.
Taylor Swift shot.
All right.
And in honor of Tay-Tay, let's take a look at the Chiefs eras. Terrible for 50 years, good for 5. Shake it off.
Thumbs down. That's a terrible joke.
Philly fans are just racist assholes. But Kevin Hart is from there, so I get it. Yeah, fuck you, Kevin.
All right.
And then at the end, he kind of goes down the row, and finally it's Bill Belichick's turn.
Oh.
And I believe Tom Brady delivers his best joke of the night towards Coach Belichick.
Everybody asks me which ring is my favorite.
My man is
I used to say
fucked
the next one. But now that I'm retired, my favorite ring is the camera that caught Coach Belichick slinking out of that poor girl's house at 6 a.m. a few months ago.
Damn. Wow.
I don't think it was him. It couldn't have been him, right?
I don't know.
We've all seen it.
Yes, it looks very depressing.
There's no way he's leaving there shirtless.
Come on. Come
Came
on.
out of that poor girl's house at 6 a.m. a few months ago.
But Tom's seen it.
Hey, you still got it. Respect, baby. You know, we've been through so much, and after 2 decades, I finally had to admit that all along it was you. You're the reason for the Patriots dynasty because you, Bill Belichick, you are a true coaching genius. I mean, you had to choose between an aging, injured, overpaid Drew Bledsoe and a young, healthy, minimum wage superstar. I could have got a fucking coach from Foxborough fucking high school to make that decision. Run it again, Belichick.
Good God.
I believe, so that was referenced in the book that Belichick would always use that high school.
Yes, that came up a lot.
Okay, that would be like a common thing, like if you were messing up in practice. I could get a so-and-so from Foxborough High School to do this, yeah.
I think it was Gronk that said, turns out he was so infatuated with that school because he was scouting his ex-girlfriend.
Okay.
I think that was a funny one.
Okay.
I want to end with this. Nikki Glazer, I thought, was the best comedian that went that night. And we'll hear from some of the other. Andrew Schultz was really good. I mean, there wasn't like a bad comedian. The only bad one, I think, was Randy Moss and then Ben Affleck for some reason.
Ben what?
That's weird.
Affleck?
Like the fucking insurance?
How do you want me to say it?
Ben Affleck?
Yeah, you're right.
Fleck?
Yeah, it's Fleck.
Okay.
He's saying it like the duck.
Yeah, I get it. I'm following you.
I know. I'm just wondering
why are you such a big
why is he not,
speed bump during this segment?
It's a weird thing to say, Ben Affleck.
So usually, like you're saying, though, this chick was really funny, and all the sports people are like, look at these spares that no one's ever heard of.
Yeah.
Andrew Schultz, whatever. Those are usually the funniest people in these roasts. It's like guys, like Jeselnik, when you never heard of Jeselnik, is really funny.
Yeah.
You know? They make their name on these things sometimes.
Yeah.
Although Kill Tony, I guess he's huge as Kill Tony.
Yeah.
But like I said this morning, I saw, a clip of him and wrote his name down, Tony Hinchcliffe.
Yeah.
I'd never heard of him before today. But yes, he was the funniest guy. But I have heard of her just because she's been on roasts before. But that's the only place I've heard of her.
I was not familiar with her.
What's her name? Nikki Glazer?
Nikki Glazer.
All right.
Thank you, 15 cents.
Okay.
Wait, what's she saying?
Thank you, 15 cent.
Oh,
pointing
okay.
to Kevin Hart, yeah.
Thank you, 15 cents. You really got to hand it to Kevin Hart, because he can't reach. No, Kevin, I love you. No one works harder than this man. Do you know that every morning Kevin wakes up at 4 a.m. to make a shitty movie? I love your movies, or as I call them, short films. No, I'm kidding. I hate them. No. No, sorry, Kevin. I don't mean to belittle you, but you be little, man. Like, you're a tiny guy. Kevin is 5'2", 150 pounds, 155 after The Rock finishes, but Rob Gronkowski is not all here. Hey, Rob. No, Rob, you're not really as dumb as you look and sound and act and are. You might be dumber. Is it true you were the first person born with CTE? Is that real? No, Gronk, I love you. You put the downs in touchdowns. You really do.
Jeez.
You put the special in special teams. You put the tard in Rob Gronkowski as retarded. Sorry. Why? I'm so sorry, Rob. You haven't caught this much heat since you were microwaved as a baby. I'm sorry. Andrew Schultz, you carny-faced bitch. I hate your comedy more than Kevin hates high fives. I really... Now please give it up for 0-time Super Bowl champion Randy Moss. I'm sorry, Randy. Why don't you have a ring? What the hell, man? You're one of the best ever. Drew Bledsoe has a ring. Aaron Hernandez had a ring around his neck. Like, what's going on?
Nice.
Julian, you have 3 rings around your Super Bowl MVP, most career wins, most career touchdowns. You have 7 rings. Well, 8 now that Giselle gave hers back, but sorry, Tom. Tom, the only thing dumber than you saying yes to this roast was when you said, hey, babe, you should try jujitsu. I think that was... That's gotta suck. Dude. How much would it suck for Tom? Oh, my God. Just knowing your ex-wife's new boyfriend can beat your ass while eating hers. That's gotta be terrible.
Okay.
You really are, I mean, you're the best to ever play for too long. I mean, you retired, then you came back, and then you retired again. I mean, I get it. It's hard to walk away from something that's not your pregnant girlfriend. It's tough. Hey, to be fair, he didn't know she was pregnant. He just thought she was getting fat. And Tom hates fat. I mean, do you guys know about his diet program? It is so strict, but if you follow it exactly as he does, you too can lose your family. And seriously, you can lose so much family. It works. Tom also lost $30 million in crypto. Tom, how did you fall for that? I mean, even Gronk was like, me know that not real money. Like,
Really funny.
Pretty good?
Yeah, really good event.
Blake Jones, everyone.
Yeah.
Unnecessary.
Are we doing news and stuff today?
Sure, let's go.
All right.
Here's Jake with the
Hey, Ted, want to come over?
Zone News.
Come on over. Television's Ted Emmerich, everybody, to join us.
The NFL Network has parted ways with one Michael Irvin. Oh, wait. Can we make sure that the recording's backed up if Ted's here? I don't know if that's like an auto trigger.
Oh, yeah, you were on the
Yeah,
last
I mean, that's the
week.
reason I'm here. I knew it would be a good episode. I wanted to hear it in case you didn't triple back it up.
Let's just make sure.
Look at Comedy Roast Ted coming in.
No more.
Blake, you did good.
You did.
Thanks,
you did.
man.
You did good, Blake.
I thought you were really good.
You do good.
You do good.
Oh, you guys are
NFL
just
Network
mocking
parting
me.
ways with Michael Irvin.
Yeah, I saw this over the weekend.
I think it's kind of a general layoff thing, but probably the whole "Have you ever been with a big black guy?" comment didn't help him.
Yeah, it's too bad. I love the playmaker on the NFL Network. Although it's not like I would make sure I tuned into that morning show.
No, but it was background noise.
But when he's on, he's good.
The best was when he was with Dion.
Yeah.
And that was with Chris Rose, right? And that was that was on Sunday night.
Yeah.
Right.
The postgame.
You ball, you get the call, right?
Yeah,
from
that's right.
Prime, and
that was great.
But yeah, they let everybody go. Like they're doing away with the studio show, Total Access, entirely.
I think they might even be doing some sort of weird reorganization with Good Morning Football.
Yeah, they are.
Like moving to L.A. or something?
They're moving to L.A., and they're offering it up. They're trying to get it syndicated.
By who?
By Channel 27.
Really?
By just across the nation. If you want to pick them up as syndication, they're looking to get into that game. Yeah.
K-Star 49.
Yeah. So seriously,
Outlet
it might
for strip poker and tens.
Yes, that's right.
It's just a cheaper alternative if you're not one of the big networks that has,
your own morning show,
the Today Show or whatever like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, we're going to offer this up. It's pretty cheap. You're running whatever. The Munsters or Gilligan. I don't know what they air on those.
You're probably not
stupid
far off,
stations.
yeah.
So, yeah. And you love that show, don't you?
Good Morning Football?
Like you say, background.
I don't hate it. I think it's like as far as sports shows go, like they don't yell at each other like Stephen A. style.
Yeah.
They don't just scream like, "Yeah, this is ridiculous."
And the NFL Network has become, at least to me, I will throw it on just like I used to throw on SportsCenter over and over. I'm always interested in something going on in the NFL, sure.
Yeah.
Because SportsCenter, I'm not always interested in all the stuff on there now.
You don't want to see Caitlin Clark highlights for the 60th time?
I'm not that interested, no. Hey, was she in town already?
Yeah.
That came and went? Was it a big crowd? I didn't really hear much
They
after.
sold out.
Did it?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It was like 17, right?
Oh, really?
That big?
I could be wrong.
Where do they play?
No.
Are they at the convention center
I don't think
now?
they're at the new place yet.
Not the new place yet.
I think that was
UTA,
in UTA,
Texas
right?
Hall. Yeah.
Oh, there's no way
I mean,
that's
the new.
17,
I mean, the
right?
new arena, the newer arena that UTA has.
I was
It's
thinking
not
they'd-
17.
They'd have like 3.
It was full though.
No offense.
Oh yeah. It's like
You see the video
4
of
grand.
her with
4?
security walking through DFW because in the WNBA you don't have the chartered flights.
Commercial flights.
Yeah. So walking through Terminal A with big security guard.
It's a good terminal.
She lit it up though, and that's just the sort of thing you can expect from a Latricia Trammell coach team.
That's right.
Okay.
She did light it
Who'd
up.
they
though.
play?
Indiana, which is of course coached by Christy Sides.
That's what I wanted to know.
The Fever.
That's
Yes.
right.
Okay.
Catch it.
She lit it up though.
Who do the Rangers have in tonight?
Son of a bitch.
I think they play Oakland.
Oakland. Ah, yes. Mark Kotze always has his crew ready to
My man.
ready to roll.
And they won the series against the Royals over the weekend.
They did, yeah. Matt Quatraro. Yeah.
Quatraro.
And the White Sox are the worst team in baseball.
Man, that's really surprising for Pedro Grifol, don't you think?
Love it. I love it.
I really thought he'd have them kind of playing the way Pedro Grifol usually does.
Hey, the fattest guy in England died.
The fattest guy in England.
He was
How
33
fat
years
was
old,
he?
700 pounds.
Damn.
Video Man sent me this story,
Okay.
and there's a video of them like helicoptering him out of his house. That's a tough scene.
You ever hear that bit like he was so fat they had to bury him in a piano case?
I have, but then I've never seen one.
Like an actual piano case?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he's being straight up airlifted out of this.
But they would also never say he was so small they just buried him in a
shoebox.
Yeah, whatever.
Right. Kind of only goes one way.
Yeah.
Yeah, 700
But like they
pounds.
couldn't, if they can make a small coffin, can't they just make a big coffin?
You would think.
Yeah.
One would think. Are we allowed to body shame people this big?
700 pounds?
This is just a...
I feel like we're allowed to body shame everybody.
I feel
what
like,
we do.
I feel like
because
you
we
definitely think that.
Well, yeah. I mean, when you have a perfect body, you can then...
Right. That's right.
Mr. Olympig over here.
Yeah, you can look down on others.
But if you get to 700, like, it's not genetics. You should be shamed.
Says you. He's big boned.
Damn. My dad got up to 450 at one point.
450?
Yeah.
Really, Raj?
Yeah.
How did he lose? Did he get thumb stomach?
He had the gastric bypass.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because I remember when he lost a bunch of weight.
Yep. Lost 250 pounds and lived another 12 years.
Dang.
Did he lose it because the doctor said if you don't, you will not be living another 12
I mean,
years? Okay.
It was the last resort. He had tried everything else. Now, you could argue
Now Jake is
how
saying
much
that-
effort.
Yeah, yeah.
Now,
How
you
much
guys, I mean,
commitment
you guys
to that?
could just go ahead, body shame whoever you want.
Yeah.
I will. 10,000 calories a day, they say.
Whoa.
I don't feel like that would be that hard to get to.
Yeah, it would.
Like, if you eat an entire pizza, you're probably looking at 3K right there.
Is it really?
Yeah, but then you have to have 3 more.
Throughout the whole day, though.
Yeah, it's
How many did you get through during the challenge?
1 3/4 he made?
Yeah, 1 3/4.
Yeah.
That was also the full,
And
it
but-
wasn't a thin crust.
Yeah, and also I had limited
Which he
time.
will bring up.
Time. Just burp?
I don't know.
Burpee?
Why are you the police today? Jeez.
Grammar police.
Pulling
burp
over everybody
police.
Well,
today.
the doing good thing is... Come on. I was right to bring that up.
Hey, I'm not supporting you on that. If that's your fight, then make the fight. I don't care.
Okay. We've talked about this before, but it's back in the news. A $100 million high school stadium rejected in Anna ISD.
Wow.
Blake.
Coyotes.
There
Yes.
he is.
And after a state championship, no
That's
less.
right.
Ooh, that's probably why they tried to
Yeah, they're like,
rush
what
that
about-
vote
ram
in.
that
What about
through,
now?
Yeah.
Yeah, Coach Parr's done well since coming to Anna from Lubbock.
Okay.
This is going to be Blake's bit. You,
I love
Jake,
it.
with the WNBA.
I think it's
you with the
fantastic.
managers of Major League Baseball. And
It's only
Blake,
the only thing is the only one that could be fact checked is me.
nothing else.
Who's
going to
look up who the Anna coach is? No one.
Or the Indian fever.
Right. We all know Caitlin runs that team anyway.
Just does whatever she wants.
Yeah.
Shadow GM.
But it is interesting, though, that there are actually people that are like, hey, well, maybe let's chill on these stadiums.
Yeah. No, I think it's probably kind of ridiculous.
It's almost like the college tuition thing where in your head you're just like, somebody at some point is going to say, this is effing insane.
Okay, here's a guy that's just opened a 529 for his baby. Yeah, who's now thinking, at some point, this has to stop.
Somebody's got to stop this.
These are like TV executives 2 years ago, like, there's no way the NBA will be able to, I mean, there's got to be a regression. And now they get NBC in the mix.
Right.
And they're going to make 3 times as much as they did.
Basketball.
You worried about Barkley in that case? He can
I'm
be a
worried
free
about the whole
agent
thing.
and the whole show.
I'm worried about the whole show. Dan and I were talking about this the other day.
Yeah.
Like, that would suck.
Because I read that Ernie said he would stay with TNT.
Yep.
Like, that's his contract, whereas Barkley's contract gives him an out if, indeed, they don't have basketball anymore. But, because I just feel like that whole crew needs to stay together.
I'm with you.
Well,
this weekend, did you guys watch Dirk on there?
A little bit, yeah.
I only saw
the fishing
clips.
pole and
Yeah, I only saw the clips. I should have watched. I did record it.
The story of Barkley trying to get him to Auburn.
Yeah.
That was good.
I think Dirk. See, that's tough.
I don't think he wants to do it.
He would do well in it. He does well in it on a one-day thing. I wonder if he would do well every day.
I just don't think he wants to do it.
No, it's a lot of commitment.
Work. You know, he's got.
You think he does want to work?
I
or
don't
doesn't?
think he wants to work.
Yeah,
I mean, he's got family all over the world.
Yeah, he's got bits.
He's got kids, and they're young. I just don't. I don't see him doing that.
Yeah, and he was never one that would do like tons of endorsements just to make sure he's up with all the other guys. Like he would just say, "Yeah, $20 million. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
What if I just made that?"
I tell you, who's going to be the next one is Draymond.
He's awesome.
Yeah. At some point in the next 5 years, Draymond's getting one of those jobs.
I love him in basketball. I love Gronk in football. I love A-Rod in bait. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, there's your news.
Oh, nice.
How do we close this out, Ted? What do we say?
The Dumb Zone News. Like and subscribe.
I want to get one of those at my house.
Dumb Zone presents.
Don't you have one kind of with your alarm?
Well, it doesn't like ring internally though. Be cool.
I know some people with their alarm system, it beeps every time you open the door.
Yeah.
And that's a big beating when you're trying to sneak in.
Wow, I've never seen Today in History printed out like this. You've got it highlighted and everything. It's
Welcome.
impressive.
This is how we make the sausage.
Okay.
How long have we been going?
Quite a
You guys
while.
want me to wrap this up?
No.
Do whatever you want. I have a domestic light.
Well done.
Do you think he should be drinking?
Cameron gave it to me.
Oh, okay. Today is Monday, May 6th. Did you know that?
I do now.
Yeah. On this day in 1882, President Chester Arthur.
I'll be damned.
Blake.
We had a president named Chester.
Yeah, how about that?
That's cool.
He signed the Chinese Exclusion Act.
Oh.
That doesn't sound progressive.
Which
Yes.
barred Chinese immigrants from the U.S. for 10 years. He had opposed a version that proposed a 20-year ban. He said, that's ridiculous.
Too strict.
But 10 years, I can see that.
I can go with that. Yeah.
The Arthur travel ban.
That's right.
This is the day in 1937 that the hydrogen-filled German airship, the Hindenburg, caught fire and crashed.
Oh, the humanity.
That's right. Here's the, it was on the radio back then.
Yes, here's the play-by-play.
Here's the
It's
podcast.
starting to rain again. The rain had slacked up a little bit. The back motors of the ship are just holding it just enough to keep it from... It bursts into flames. Get it started. It's fighting, and it's crashing terrible. Oh, my, get out of the way, please. It's burning, bursting into flames, and it's falling on the mooring mast, and all the folks between it. This is terrible. This is one of the worst catastrophes in the world.
This sounds like Big Al when his...
Like 400 or 500 feet into the sky, and it's a terrific crash, ladies and gentlemen. The smoke and the flames now, and the flame is crashing to the ground, not quite to the mooring mast. All the humanity and all the passengers speeding around it.
Play the very beginning again.
What do you want?
He's just sounding like a sissy there. Play the very beginning. He's like,
It's starting to rain again. The rain had cracked
very
up a little
professional,
bit.
deep, I don't know, radio man.
Yeah, he's not a steady hand on the helm.
And then he sees the fire.
You know, it's interesting because I know that for many years you had an aversion to playing Brian from Ball State, but that's basically just Brian from Ball State a century ago.
Yeah.
In a bit over his head.
On this day in 1994, Lennox Lewis retained his WBC heavyweight championship. He defeated Phil Jackson.
Wow, I can't believe it.
That must have been so easy.
Yeah.
How could it take him 8 rounds?
Was that the year Jordan was all?
The triangle is not going to work in boxing.
That is ridiculous. A lot of people, though, said Phil Jackson's superior reach. He had very long arms.
Yeah.
And that would have helped him.
Yeah.
On this day in 1999, Whataburger opened their flagship in Corpus Christi called Whataburger by the Bay, a 6,000 square foot tribute to their founder, Harmon Dobson. And at the entrance, they have a life-size bronze statue of Harmon Dobson. And you can go there and have a Whataburger and look at the guy who invented Whataburger.
I think there he is.
And just kind of, you're chewing on it and just looking at it and nodding. Oh, this is the day. This is the day in 2013 that kidnap/rape victims Amanda Berry, Gina DeJesus, and Michelle Knight, who went missing on separate occasions about a decade earlier,
Castro,
were rescued from a house just south of downtown Cleveland. Yes, Castro is Ariel Castro. He is the guy that kidnapped them.
Charles Berry.
Charles Berry. So Charles Ramsey.
Charles Ramsey, excuse me.
Was a
Amanda
neighbor
Berry, yeah.
who actually found the girls. And here is a news report from that day.
Hey, Charles, let me talk to you. I'm talking with Charles Ramsey. He's a neighbor. Walk me through again what happened this afternoon. You heard screaming.
Heard screaming. I'm eating my McDonald's. I come outside. I see this girl going nuts trying to get out of her house. So I go on the porch.
Okay.
I go on the porch, and she says, help me get out. I've been in here a long time. So, I figured it's a domestic violence dispute. So I open the door, and we can't get in that way because how the door is, it's so much that the body can't fit through, only your hand. So we kick the bottom, and she comes out with the little girl, and she says, call 911. My name was Amanda Berry.
Now, did you know who that was when she said that?
When she told me, it didn't register until I got the call in 911. And I'm like, I'm calling the 911 for Amanda Berry? I thought this girl was dead. You know what I mean? And she got on the phone, and she said, yes, this is me. And the detective, Cook, right here, Detective Gregory Cook says, Charles, do you know who you rescued? I said.
Now, and when did you see Gina?
About 5.
Good.
So about 5 minutes after the police got here, see, the girl Amanda told the police, I ain't just the only ones. It's some more girls up in that house. So they went up there, 30, 40 deep, and when they came out was just astonishing because I thought they were going to come up with nothing. I figured, whoever she was, and like I say, my neighbor, you got some big testicles to pull this off, bro, because we see this dude every day.
Why is the anchor laughing or the reporter laughing?
I've been here a year.
Okay.
You see where I'm coming from? Right. I barbecue with this dude. We eat ribs and whatnot and listen to salsa music. You see where I'm coming from?
Yeah. And you had no indication that there was anything going on?
Bro, not a clue that girl was in that house or anybody else was in there against their will because how he is he just comes out to his backyard, plays with the dogs, tinker with his cars and motorcycles, goes back in the house. So he's somebody that you look away because he's not doing nothing but the average stuff. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Ain't nothing exciting about him. Well, until the day.
The reaction on the girls' faces. I can't imagine to see the sunlight, to be around people.
I knew something was wrong when a little pretty white girl ran into a black man's arms. Something is wrong here.
Dead giveaway.
Dead giveaway.
Charles, thank you very much.
Dead giveaway.
Thank you very much for your time. And
either she homeless or she got problems. That's the only reason why she run to a black man.
He was on a roll there at the end.
He's like, you can't stop me.
He's heating up, for sure. I eat ribs with this man.
What's his name? Charles Ramsey.
Charles Ramsey, yeah.
Book him.
Book him.
Okay.
Well, you see, he's just shaking his head. He's not going to do it, is he? Unbelievable.
Who has he booked?
I don't know, man.
Ted Emmerich?
Some guy named Matt.
Hey,
Pittman.
I'm just here supporting my favorite sports, recreation, and comedy podcast.
Hey, thanks.
Right. I didn't get any text from Blake.
That's right.
Yeah, you need to book Matt to come over here in a minute. Is he around? Matt Pittman still here? Because we're going to have closing remarks soon.
There you go.
Today's birthdays, Jason Witten is 42.
You know, someone sent me the photo the other day of his retirement press conference. It is remarkable that he tried to get away with that hair.
The extremely fake hair.
The Lego man hair.
Yeah.
The stage manager, again, the story goes, right? They have these pieces
Lighting,
available,
angles,
correct?
makeup,
You want to try it? Sure, why not?
Yeah.
No one will notice.
He lied to us on the air and told us that, didn't he?
He did.
Jose Altuve is 34. Willie Mays, still alive, 93.
Okay.
Good for
Isn't
him.
that great?
Picasso.
Chris Paul, 39.
Brother of Cliff.
I sat in front of his mom in 2011.
Do you remember,
Cool story.
Was it last year? That is a cool story. Was it last year or 2 years ago that he had the situation at the AAC? Do you guys recall that?
What is the situation?
Like he was trying to get somebody kicked out?
Yeah, he had a fan removed.
Yeah. Like a Highland Park high school kid?
Akbar Baja Biamila is 45.
Running back?
I know he was a player, but I know him way better because I would watch American Ninja Warrior with my daughter. She was stoked on that, and he was the host. Tom Kuzno is 67. That name probably doesn't mean much to probably anybody here. But he was a Browns linebacker when I was a kid. And he was the guy, because I've come to learn, there seems to be one of these guys in every city that for some reason or another, it seems that they might be underperforming a little bit to what their expectation level was. He might have been a first-round draft pick during the 80s sometime. But the big thing was that Tom, like everybody knew, a guy who knew someone's sister who worked at the hospital in Lakewood in the emergency room, and she was there when he had to get a gerbil removed from his anus. So he was
I
the
didn't
gay.
see that last part coming.
Like that he's gay. Like there's some gay rumor about him, but it all started with, oh no, it wasn't a gerbil, it was a candle. It broke off. Like everybody knew somebody who knew somebody who knew that it was a whatever.
Something was in his butt.
A Pringles can. Yeah.
Does a gerbil have a flared end?
It would be easy to get out if it did, right? George Clooney is 63. Gabourey Sidibe
You have the phonetic spelling and everything.
is
Well done.
41. I don't need you looking at my notes, my friend.
Well, it's right here.
Do I sit there during your broadcast and be like, oh, look, you got the stats right there?
Well,
he's touchy.
Just
apparently.
saying. The people don't know. They think I'm good doing this off the
You're
top
on
of my
video.
head. Oh, I am? Jesus.
God damn it.
When did that? Who put these cameras here?
Fuck you think's going on here?
Music birthdays today.
Okay.
Rank these. Bob Seger, 79.
Damn.
Beating.
The very bottom. No matter what I say
It
next.
doesn't matter if it's Milli Vanilli or it doesn't matter.
It was so funny that I ranked him last, and then when the Musers asked Norm his favorite,
he's like, oh,
Bob Seger. Every time he comes to town, I'm going to Bob Seger. Mark Bryan, 57.
Don't know it.
Have no idea.
Hootie and the Blowfish. John Flansburgh, 64. They might be Giants.
Okay.
Chris Shiflett, 53.
Foo Fighters.
There you go.
Yeah.
What was the one before?
John Flansburgh.
They might be Giants. What's is that Mickey Mouse Club?
What?
What is it? Man, I'm pretty sure they wrote the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse song. Okay, sorry. Jeez.
And Meek Mill.
Oh.
Hey, speaking of.
Aforementioned.
Is 37. Born on this day, now dead, Sigmund Freud. Dead on this day, still dead.
Yes, they wrote the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
I'm telling you.
Wow.
See, now that you've confirmed it, Blake is really fired up.
That's cool.
Died on this day, still dead, Maria Montessori.
Uh-huh.
I believe both our daughters can...
Yeah, I in some way have contributed to her estate.
Yeah. She invented the school and stuff.
Yeah.
Mark Tuinay died on this day in 1999.
Speedball. I think.
And died on this day in 2012, George Lindsay. Does anyone know who George Lindsay is? Ah, yes. The gray-haired man knows, of course. That is Goober Pyle.
Big week.
That was Gomer's...
big week and a half for Gomer.
Gomer's cousin.
And that was Today in History.
That was. Well, thank you, television's Ted Emmerich.
Dan, I'm just
Ted
glad
Emmerich,
to be here.
everybody.
Yeah.
Woo! Isn't that
Had
fun?
to be here. Yeah,
that was a lot
fun.
better than in the den when nobody was cheering you. Now, we deleted that show. But
there you go. You can edit that out later.
Actually, Blake afterwards was like...
That sucked.
He didn't know. He didn't like how funny you were. You kind of took
felt
Blake's shine
It's,
that day.
it's the dumb zone. It's not the Ted Emmerich hour.
Right, this isn't the Ted zone.
Not the Ted zone.
Right. All right, thanks, Ted. Hand
Of
that
course,
microphone
absolutely.
over
The star.
to the star of today's program. This is, of course, Matt Pittman. Real name.
Yep.
The owner, the CEO of where we are all sitting right now. Thanks for having us, man. The meat looks great. All the other things look great. I don't know. What else can we say to Matt? Thanks for the beer. Thanks for saucing Jake up.
When you partner with Miller Lite, you get a lot of beer. So
yeah.
Oh,
not a bad deal.
Okay. It's funny. I heard you on a. I don't know. I was listening to a couple different interviews of you over the weekend, and you were. This was like from a few years ago when things were first starting to really blow up, and it was you having to deal with the comments.
Yeah.
Which was kind of funny. Just to, I don't know. It's funny to see this world that we live in now where guys could go from one profession to all of a sudden, now I'm kind of famous and stuff, but you can't engage. Like you can't go back and forth. You learned that though, right?
Yeah. I mean, we talk about this a lot, I always say, like, if you kick a dog enough times, you're not going to be shocked if it bites you. So we do clap back here and there, but 99 times out of 100 we don't respond, but they're pretty humorous.
Yeah.
We get some good ones. We make these videos like Jimmy Kimmel mean tweets where we read the negative comments and I just act like I'm sad. So we're not really engaging. We're just kind of rolling with it. So those are pretty popular.
Those also get support coming your way.
Yeah, it's disarming.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good. That's a good way of dealing with it.
Got to have fun with it.
Anyway, we have closing remarks, and you brought like a gift.
Yeah, my buddy Matt, also named Matt, made you guys a belt. This sucker's heavy, by the way. This is a.
These look like real sweet, comfy pants.
Oh yeah, these are Lulu's. I'd love to deal with them.
Oh, okay. You'd love to deal with them.
I would love to have a deal with them.
You're putting that out there in case.
Yeah, any Lululemon people are listening. I'm
yeah,
available.
I just, in my mind, don't know that Lulu is looking for a barbecue.
No, okay. Let's talk about this for a few seconds.
Although maybe it does make sense, though, because it stretches out a little bit.
When you go in Lulu store, it's out of control. Like, you can be I'm just going to say this, fat white girl and have a Lulu deal. The owner's, like, the founder's mad about it. So I feel like there's room in their arsenal for a fat white barbecue guy.
Yeah, why not?
But back to this
Or
belt.
maybe podcast hosts.
Look at this.
A dumb zone. So, okay, what you're looking at here. Well, can we hold it up in front of the camera?
It's yours.
It is a. Is this
getting
the dumb zone? Oh, the dumb zone. What the hell is this?
World Heavyweight Wrestling Championship Wrestling belt branded in the style of the dumb zone.
It looks like to be solid gold. It feels as heavy as solid gold. Probably is real.
Yep. Probably worth it.
It's definitely real. I think it's worth $50K.
Yeah, this is worth more than the Rangers championship rings.
Oh, I wore one this weekend.
So your buddy Matt had this made?
He's back here. Matt makes these. He has a business. He does this, so he knows every wrestler in the world. He was nice enough to give one to my youngest son once, and nice enough to give it to you guys.
Okay.
He's a big fan, big Dumb Zone fan.
Put it on, bro.
You want me to put it on?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what we can do here.
Go
Boy,
ahead.
that is quite heavy.
You're the man.
Do you want to snap me back here? Or
Let's
what
go. Blake, help him out. I can't do that.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sitting here talking. How am I supposed to do that?
Yeah, you got people for that.
Yeah. That looks beautiful, man.
Yeah,
Take your shirt off.
Yeah, you know what? I'm wearing.
What's his business called?
Is that what you want?
Just you awkwardly just standing there.
Fan dude belts.
Okay, we'll put it in our show notes and all that kind of stuff.
I'm going to go home and wear just this.
Yeah, see if she likes it.
Yeah, I'm sure she'll be thrilled.
Just kind of saunter in. You put the kids down.
Right.
Your bath time's over. You're done. There's no big sports on tonight that you care about, right?
No, definitely not.
Just kind of walk in the bedroom and see what's
Who's
up.
the champion?
Yeah. How do you think that'll work?
Let us know how that works.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah.
I absolutely will. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it didn't work for me.
Oh, okay. That's already been tried once. That's awesome, man. Well, thank you so much, Matt. Great to meet you again 17 years later.
Yeah, let's in 17 years from now we can bowl together again.
Yeah. Well, what if we do it a little sooner?
That's fine. I'm available.
Next time. Hey, there's radio's Psycho Dave is over here in the corner. Psycho Dave,
Psycho
everybody.
Dave.
Yeah.
What an ender.
Yeah, any other closing remarks, or are we ready to get out of here?
I appreciate you guys being here. It's been a ton of fun.
Thanks for having us, man.
All right.
Sports.
Adios, mofo.